Today, it's the New York Jets versus the New England Patriots.
A brisk November day in Foxborough, Mass. Clear and sunny. Conditions just right for the 60th meeting between the Patriots and the Jets. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Don Crickey. The worst of times continue, as you know, for the New York Jets. And the question now is this team a total disaster? Or is there personnel in place that could finally get it turned around with still a half a season to play? Right now, the Jets seem outwardly optimistic. They've had good practices, but nobody really knows. I'm joined by a man who knows the Jet organization very well, Ahmad Rashad. Ahmad, how do you assess them at this point? Do they have a shot to make a season out of it?
Well, the toughest thing about professional football, the future is now. You really can't say, well, we'll be better next year. What they've got to do, when it's 1-7, you have no chance to make it to the playoffs. It's very easy to just throw the towel in. But now you're playing for pride's sake. Last week, they went to live practices. They feel like by going to these live practices, that'll give them the impetus to play better this Sunday.
Patriots are 3-5, and yesterday at practice, their coach Raymond Berry was talking about going to the Super Bowl, which might be a little optimistic, but they do have the right guy in place. The oldest guy seems to be the man that can lead them in Steve Grogan at 36 in his 15th year. He had a terrific game last week in the overtime victory over the Colts. They think he's the guy, Ahmad.
Well, you said it best when you said that Eason was the guy that nobody wanted. Pluto was the guy that was a fan's favorite, but the team wanted Grogan. And talking to these guys the last couple of days, they feel like that as long as Grogan is in the game, they have a chance to win. He leads by example. He's the old veteran, and he reminds me of John Wayne. When he takes over, everybody around him plays better.
Well, Raymond Berry was flowery in his praise yesterday. Said it reminded him of his old teammate, the Hall of Famer John Unitas, and his temperament and leadership. Jets are going to try to run the ball today. That'll be interesting. They've got young tight ends because of injuries, but they're going to try to pound it at the Patriots.
Well, last week, O'Brien took more hits than they've had on Broadway in the last year. So I guess they've got to go to something different, and that's going to try to run the ball. If they can establish the fact that they can run the football on this New England team, then they got a chance to make something happen. If they can't do anything early, I think they're going to be in big trouble.
There is Joe Walton. Had his team put on the pads, as Ahmad mentioned this week, and start to hit some more, not as punishment, but they felt because of all the injuries, they've stayed away from contact and to get some timing back. They had to start popping again. And so the Jets had the first victory of the day anyway. They won the coin flip. They'll receive. There's Raymond Berry. He's had good success in the AFC East. 75% wins. He's 30-10 since he took over as head coach of the Patriots against his AFC Eastern rivals. Patriots have beaten the Jets last 3 times they've played. There's Greg Davis ready to kick off to Bobby Humphrey and JoJo Townsell. High spinner, it's short. Townsell will take it across the 20 and breaks it across the 30-yard line. And JoJo Townsell is going to take it out to about the 33. So the Jet offense comes out 1st and 10 after a 19-yard return. And O'Brien hoping to be protected better by Criswell and McElroy at the tackles. Hayton Alexander with the guard. Sweeney's been a standout, but undersung at center all season. Hector's going to get the ball a lot today. Johnny Hector starting for Freeman McNeil. Hector off a good game last week. When the extra receivers come in, the passing downs, Freeman McNeil's the better pass catcher, although Hector can also catch it. Vick will come out. As right now, the Jets set it up 1st down and 10. O'Brien was sacked 9 times last week by the 49ers. Right to the run they go, and they go to Hector. And the Patriots hold position and knock him down at about the 34-yard line. Less than a 2-yard gain. Tim Goad, a very good nose tackle, 72, made the stop. A rookie starting at the left corner for New England. Maurice Hurst, rookie from Southern University. They really like him. Raymond Claiborne, he's been around forever. The front seven's played well. Vincent Brown is really coming on at inside linebacker. 59, watch him. Big-time hitter. Dime defense, extra people come in. Now the Jets go back to the run, and behind some trap blocking, they get the ball out to about the 38. But O'Brien has to throw it now as a 3rd down comes up in about 7.
Ed Reynolds, Johnny Rembert defensively.
Inside backers, Ed Reynolds and Johnny Rembert were on the stop.
Now, when things go wrong on a football team, I guess the best thing you can do is go back to basics and try to just pound the football. That's you shouldn't make any mental errors. There shouldn't be much to think about. You just line up and take it forward. And that's what the Jets came in here trying to do. They weren't very successful in the first 2 plays, and now they've got to go to the air.
Third down and a long 5. Marker is down, and the Jets go to the run, and Freeman McNeil breaks it on a draw for the 1st down. 10-yard gain, but we'll see if the Jets misfired off the snap.
Johnny Rembert, defensively.
Talking to Freeman McNeil, he said he needs some reps.
They'll hammer the referee, so
5-yard penalty, repeat third down.
procedure call against the Jets negates the 10-yard first down carry by Freeman McNeil. And so now the Jets go to third and even longer yardage. Third down and 10 with the ball is positioned.
It was a good play call. That first third down and long, when everybody thought they were going to pass, they give a little delay play to Freeman McNeil up the middle. But this time, there will be no fake run here. They've got to throw the ball down the field.
Bryant in the shotgun. Wesley Walker goes in motion. Still troubled by a knee injury, but running the deep pattern. They're going out to the flat now, and it's not close. Heat was on. Patriots coming with linebackers. On the rush was number 50, Lawrence McGrew. He put the heat on. Raymond McNeil, the intended receiver, so the Jet offense, 3 downs and out.
Ken O'Brien here having a lot of time to throw this ball. This is just a badly thrown ball. He had Freeman McNeil open, and he says, my fault. You know, a bad throw, no problem.
We were totaling up yesterday, Ahmad, how many times O'Brien's been sacked. In 66 starts, he's been sacked 244 times. And he's only missed 2 games because of injuries.
And that is not the way you want to play football.
Prokop gets a low snap and then gets off a good punt, forcing a fair catch by Sammy Martin back at the 22-yard line. A 41-yard punt by Joe Prokop. Oftentimes at this point in the year, wind is a big factor in Foxborough. But the conditions are good all the way around. Marty Lyons will not start today. A standout defensive end for the Jets, troubled by a knee sprain. But he'll be very much involved in the game, one of the main leaders of this team.
He's been like a coach on the field when he was playing, and now that he's not playing, I guess he's moving into a full-time coaching role. The offensive line has had their problems. You see them over there trying to get it together. There's a lot of pressure on those guys. They have got to perform today.
Rob Humanek, the offensive line coach, coached the Patriots offensive line last year. To the run they go. This is John Stevens, and the Jets really nail him. Stevens, who had such a fantastic rookie season when he gained almost 1,200 yards. They've likened him to Earl Campbell, but like Campbell, he takes an awful lot of hits, and he's been hampered by injuries all year, has just 374 yards at the halfway point. There's been changes in the offensive line. Vienne's at left tackle. Danny V has moved to right guard because of injuries. Farrell is playing on a very bad knee. Might have to come out. Grogan at quarterback. Stevens is the run game. Perriman is primarily a blocker. Cedric Jones having a good year at wide receiver. Lynn Dawson blocks, doesn't catch a lot. They bring in extra people. The rookie Hartley Dykes will get the ball today. That's what they're planning anyway. Hand off out of the eye on second down and 11. And the Jets shut down the run again. Stevens gets the carry again. And the Jets on consecutive downs knock him down for a loss.
The Jet defense has not played badly against the run. Where they've been hurt is everybody's been able to throw touchdown passes against them. Maybe that's because they haven't put a lot of pressure on the quarterback.
You see Ron Stallworth, the rookie, in at right end for injured Marty Lyons. Dime defense, wholesale changes for the Jets. Dennis Byrd, another rookie pass rusher, starting to come on, comes in. Now from the shotgun on 3rd and 12. Grogan throws a long ball downfield, and the Jets are right there to defend it. They were going to Sammy Martin, a quick little wide receiver out of LSU, but Bobby Humphrey, number 48, was with him stride for stride. So the Patriots are stopped cold their first possession. They controlled the game last week against the Colts.
An excellent play here by Bobby Humphrey. He's stride for stride with him down the side, and Sammy Martin makes a pretty good play on the ball, jumping over the side of Humphrey, but that was a very well defended play.
Last week against the Colts, the Patriots had 30 first downs. Needed overtime to win by 3. Jeff Feagles ready to punt the ball now. JoJo Townsell is back for the Jets, standing at his 36-yard line. Feagles hits a high punt, a very good one. Townsell drifting back to his 29. They set up a return left, and Townsell, who had the good kickoff return, runs back the punt 8 yards. It was a 51-yard hit by Feagles of the Patriots. And the Jet offense comes out for a second time. Foxborough close to a sellout. They'll follow the 3-5 Patriots. This the 60th meeting between the Jets and the Patriots, dating back to when the Jets were the Titans and played in the American Football League. Last 5 games for the Jets, the point production from the offense has been virtually none at all. 1 touchdown by the offense over 5 games. And over that 5-game losing streak, the Jets defense has outscored the offense 28-16. Hector heads east. Needed to go south, and they knock him down for a loss on the play.
A great play by number 77, Kenneth Sims, that almost ran that play down from the backside. Nobody was blocking. He just put speed and zoomed around that offensive tackle and was running the play down from the backside. Kenneth Sims. They used to call him Game Day, didn't they?
That's right. He was the #1 pick in the league out of Texas, but really he's probably having his best season. He's never turned into the pass rusher they'd hoped he'd be. He's more of a force rusher, just crushes the pocket. But he's been consistent this year. Most importantly, he hasn't been hurt. No score, first quarter, 11:13 to play in it. Jets with their second possession. 2nd down and 12 comes up. And the Jets go to the run, and Johnny Hector, weaving very hard, gets it out to about the 43-yard line, a gain of 8 yards on the play. Ken Sims again was on the tackle, along with the free safety Fred Marion.
He's an excellent player, number 77, Ken Sims. You see him just trying to pound down that line on Reggie McElroy. Gets off the block and still gets a chance to get in on the tackle here, number 77. Well, he gets in on the pile. I don't know if that's on the tackle. Still in on the pile. It's a good sign when you're on the pile. They give you like a 1/4 of a tackle or something in those stats.
People see you.
That's right, the people see you.
Jets have scored only 10 points in the first quarter all season, and Hector goes back to the run again, and he has a first down. On a 3rd down and 4 play, the Jets go back to that trap blocking, and they're forcing open the Patriot front. And Hector's ahead for a gain of 7 yards and a first down to midfield.
I guarantee you, Don, that this offensive line, this whole offensive team has been challenged to say, you guys aren't worth nothing if you cannot run this ball, because today they are firing off the ball, showing that they're professional football players. I mean, you got to be able to block somebody, and if you say that's all we're going to do is run the ball, you have nothing else but you got to go out and block.
Running the ball well. Jets only grade out as the 25th best rushing team in the NFL. First down and 10, and O'Brien takes a deep look. Got to unload, and O'Brien gets it away, and Roger Vick makes the play inside the 45-yard line of New England. Roger Vick is down close to the 43. So O'Brien, with the fire drill going on, makes something happen, and the Jets get ahead for a gain of about 7 yards.
One thing you got to say about Kenny O'Brien, he is not gun shy. After all those sacks he's had in his past, watch him, he still hangs in there. He's trying to find somebody to throw the ball to, and he waits to the last minute and gets off a prayer that Roger Vick answers for the first down. Not for the first down.
Not far from it. Brings up 2nd and about 4 yards to go for the first down. The Jets feel it's vital to get on the board early. They just have not come back from deficits. They've fallen behind early. They've been out of games. Play fake. Good throw. Another connection downfield. This is Johnny Hector running down the far sideline, and he's inside the 20-yard line. So an excellent play fake by Ken O'Brien froze the linebackers and Hector out of the backfield. He has a history of good games against the Patriots. Is ahead for a gain of 23 yards.
Nice catch and a nice run there by Johnny Hector, but it was a fake here to JoJo Townsell, number 83, going around, and then O'Brien just stands up and fires the ball over to Hector. Hector makes a nice little run after he catches the ball, gets a couple extra yards.
Hector was a late reporter to training camp, and a contract holdout, was not in good shape. He is now. Had his best game of the season, 77 yards last week against the 49ers. Pitch back to Freeman McNeil. Blockers in front, and McNeil rips it. He's going in. Freeman McNeil busts it down the sideline and takes it in for the go-ahead touchdown. First score of the game, a 19-yard run. So all of a sudden, the Jets' dormant offense, which has done virtually nothing over a 5-game losing streak, has maybe its most impressive drive of the season.
And every offensive player is down there congratulating Freeman McNeil on that touchdown. That's something they haven't done in quite a while.
Well, they get out in front here, on flatten people.
Freeman here just turns on the speed. He finds a hole and just bursts the speed, takes off and jogs into the end zone. And
Extra point by Pat Leahy is up and good, so the Jets have their first touchdown in over 3 games. Jets 7, Patriots nothing. Jets kick it off in a moment.
ABC Sports coverage of the National Football League is brought to you by Budweiser. Beechwood aged for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you. By Ford and your Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately? And by GTE. At GTE, the power is on.
Back to live action. The kickoff's underway, and running the ball back is a first-year player from Penn State, Michael Timpson, who has just been activated. He's been hurt. Very fast wide receiver for Joe Paterno and the Nittany Lions. A 4th-round draft choice. He ran back a short kickoff, 12 yards. So Grogan and the offense come back out. Grogan is pain-free for the first time in several years. He underwent surgery to remove a disc in his neck, and 2 other vertebrae were fused. Asked him before the game and how much longer he plans to keep playing him out. He said he's thinking about going to that European football league if they run him out of here.
The man loves the game.
He does. Quick out. And the Patriots break one for 10 yards and a first down. Stanley Morgan, who's been at it almost as long as Grogan. This is his 13th year from Tennessee.
And he can still fly. Here's a guy that's played 13 years and has not lost a bit of speed. As you can see, he averages 19.5 yards a catch. Now, he's a legitimate deep threat.
Second down.
Great timing between Grogan and Morgan on the deep ball. You'll be seeing it. They go to it. That completion just short of a first down. Second down and less than a foot for the Patriots, who trail the Jets 7-0. Stevens hit in the backfield. They're nailing him, but he did fall ahead for the first down. 3rd carry by John Stevens, and he's about even. Lost yardage his first 2 carries and got ahead for a yard that time. Alex Gordon, number 55, was the first guy to get him for the Jets.
A lot of people talk about John Stevens reminding them of Herschel Walker and Eric Dickerson. I know those are his 2 heroes, but he reminds me of John Riggins. Same kind of running style, powerful runner, has more speed than you think. You think he's just a big slug-out back, but you give him a little bit of room, he can really turn it on.
So the Patriots get a first down. Ball positioned at their 40. This is Cedric Jones in motion. He's having a big year. Grogan over the middle, free ball, and they rule it's incomplete. Quickly on the loose ball was Alex Gordon after the strike was put on by 54 Troy Benson. So the Jet defense hitting hard, and that brings up 2nd and 10.
Well, this is what you call, you have to make a back pay for a catch like this. If he's going to catch it, then fine. You got to nail him, though, and if he can hang on to it, then it's a good catch, but you don't want to give it to him for free.
Just informed about this is the first time in 4.5 games the Jets have had a lead.
It was very important for them to score right away, because when you're 1-7 and something bad happens at the beginning of the game, all of a sudden you start thinking, well, here we go again, we'll be 1-8. But by scoring, they think they can win the game.
See if they can stand prosperity as Grogan throws over the middle, and he makes the connection down to the 40-yard line. Good for a 21-yard gain to Stanley Morgan, sprinting up the right flank and turning in, and Grogan right on his numbers for a first down for New England.
Grogan told me that the reason that these young receivers had a chance to get better and get great is because they got a chance to watch a great receiver work. And he was talking about Stanley Morgan. Stanley Morgan, when you got that speed, it already turns that back. Watch the back turn around. Now Morgan just brings it across. You have to respect his deep threat speed, because you know that if you don't turn and go deep with him, he can run right by you.
Tremendous timing there. The throw right over the linebacker and right to Stanley Morgan. Now on first down, Grogan tries again. Grogan last week hit 28 of 46 throws against the Colts. It was the most productive day of his career from a passing standpoint. For a number of completions. Previously, in his 7th game as a rookie, he had set his mark as Jody said, it took 14 years to break my own record.
Well, that's what records are made for, to be broken. Talking to Raymond Berry, though, yesterday, he said that we've taken a little bit of the load off of him by sending the plays in from the sideline. And the thing about that is, when you got a quarterback like you have 3 or 4 options on every play. He just seems to make the right choice every single time. 2 for 5, 31 yards already.
Goes to Stevens on the run, and as he tries to turn upfield, he's knocked down. James Hasty got him. John Stevens was a running machine last year. But he's really been nicked this year, and they really wonder how long he can go with the amount of hits he takes.
Well, in the big leagues, when you dish it out, you certainly got to take it. And you were talking about Campbell earlier, and I don't care how many guys you run over. During the course of the season, it starts to take a toll. And in the course of 2 or 3 years, it really takes a toll on you.
For 3 years, Earl Campbell at the Houston Oilers, nobody liked him in the NFL, but he quickly downsided because of the injuries. He was out of football within 8 years. Grogan on 3rd down. On the run, he doesn't like to, but this time he has to, and Grogan dives ahead just short of a 1st down. It'll bring up 4th down, but on a day with wind not a factor, the Patriots are in field goal range, and they send out their kicker, Greg Davis. Grogan scrambled, did not get the 1st down, but it did get the Patriots in field goal range in a game they trail 7-0.
Well, when here you have Eric Sievers, who caught a lot of balls last year. You have Eric Sievers here, who caught a lot of balls last year, lining up in the defense in the offensive backfield. But he's not a receiver this time. You see, he just picks up a block. Now Grogan, seeing that there's nobody open, takes off running down the field. And he looked like he even runs like John Wayne.
48-yard field goal by Davis. He is into the ball and appears to have enough distance, and he has the lead. So the Patriots answer the Jet score with a field goal, and it's now a 7-3 game New York on Davis's 48-yard field goal. Patriots kick off when we come back.
NBC Sports is still on the line. Dial 1-900-226-8000 for NBC's Scores Plus. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Scores Plus. Scores plus a whole lot more.
With Ahmad Rashad, this is Don Criqui back at Foxborough. There is Greg Davis, who just hit what is now officially a 47-yard field goal, ready to kick it off to the Jets, who lead this game 7-3 with 5:20 to play in the 1st quarter. A spinning kick 2 yards deep in the end zone, and Philip Epps, the sprinter they got from the Packers, takes it across the 15 and out to the 19-yard line. A 22-yard return. Jets hope to work his speed into their offense more. Darrell Holmes was on the tackle. Browns and the Buccaneers tied up in the 1st quarter at Tampa, Florida. Detroit with just 1 win through the 1st half of the season out in front. And the Packers against their longtime rivals, the Chicago Bears. Green Bay looking to go over 500.
The Jets have had so many hurt receivers in the past 5 or 6 weeks. Philip Epps has been the only healthy one. They say they've been beating up on him since he's gotten here.
Right. You got to hit somebody out there, so he had to go to Epps. He's the only guy who could take any of it. Here's a handoff straight ahead to Johnny Hecker. On a 1st down carry, he's ahead for maybe 3 yards. Bring up 2nd and 7.
This could be the most important offensive series of the entire football game right here. They have to pick up right where they left off. Hector's carried the ball 6 times for 21 yards. Joe Walton says, hey, we're just going back to basics. We're not going to try to trick anybody. Let's just line up and see if these guys want to play football. Joe Walton's taken a lot of heat in the past, but one thing he hasn't... See, Joe can't play. I mean, those are the guys out there that have to play.
There was a time he could, and very well for the Giants. Now they go back to the run again. Those quick draws behind trap blocking, and Roger Vick, the big fullback, a former #1 draft choice from Texas A&M, takes it straight ahead, and it'll bring up 3rd down and less than 5 as Vincent Brown, 59, was on the stop.
2-yard pickup to the 20.
See, Johnny Hector taking a little false step to the left like he was running a draw, and he handed to the first man, too, Roger Vick. He was stopped right there by Brent Williams.
Game clock down to 4 minutes to play in the 1st quarter. 7-3 Jets. See the numbers, 3rd down and 4 for Ken O'Brien, who drops to his 15. Going with the long balls. Too much on it. Just off the fingertips of his intended receiver down at the 45-yard line. Howard Feggins was covering on the play. Philip Epps going deep.
Number 27,
that play just missed. Philip Epps was right on top of that. You watch Ken O'Brien throw this ball. It looked like it was overthrown, but Epps gets a hand on it. It's just a little bit overthrown, but Epps showing that he still has that explosive speed that he had when he was at Green Bay.
8th year out of TCU. He has yet to catch a ball for the Jets since he was picked up as a free agent. Prokop ready to punt for a 2nd time. His first was a 46-yarder. Gets it downfield to Sammy Martin, who will run it back. He's across the 30 and ducks up to about the 34-yard line. 48-yard punt and an 8-yard return. And Grogan and the Patriots come back out. Penalty markers down back at the line of scrimmage.
And it's against the Jets.
Jets had a cover man downfield early.
Joe Walton does not like
Downfield, number 29 of the kicking team. The penalty is refused. First down, New England. Timeout.
Patriots will play the percentages and start with a 33-yard field position. There's an owner's hit at an NFL game. If you're Victor Cayenne, the owner of the Patriots, right in the stands with the people. That's Victor with the silver hair and the dark coat.
And the cleanly shaven face.
That's right. Victor was in an impasse with the stadium owners over his box. They wanted to charge him like $225,000. That's Billy Sullivan, the president emeritus, and the camel hair goat to the right. He wouldn't pay it, so he's in the stands with the people on Sunday.
And Billy Sullivan is one of my favorite people in the league. He has so much history behind the American Football League. Fun guy to talk to.
Excuse me, Amanda Stevens, who gets out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Raymond Claiborne with a tight left thigh. He may return, the veteran from Texas.
56, Jeff Lagerman.
He has had this injury the last couple of games, and it's something that just tightened up on him. He told me he's tried to lay off of it a little bit this week, tried to do everything he can to try to stretch it, but it's an injury that, you know, you never know how it's going to be. You know, wake up and it feels fine. As soon as you start running on him, it starts to tighten up on you.
Claiborne's been at it a long time. Now his 13th year. Here's a throw and a catch downfield. As the Patriots go to the long ball, it's good for an 11-yard gain. Cedric Jones makes the connection on the throw from Grogan. It's a first down, New England. The Patriots trail in the game 7-3.
Cedric Jones had a few he had 6 drops last year, and said he was going to, the way he was going to figure out how he would drop no more balls is he caught 400 balls a day the entire offseason. He'd catch 200 in the morning and 200 in the evening. I said, didn't you hurt your hands? He said, yeah, I had blisters, but it's paying off now.
He had some drops last year. I don't think he's had one this year. Grogan, timing pattern on a 3-step drop. He comes in a little bit high and hard for a guy who's not produced yet, Hartley Dykes. There were 41 wide receivers in the last NFL draft picked, and Dykes was the first one. But so far, he's caught only 9 passes in his rookie season, none for touchdowns.
This is a timing play. You must go 6 yards and then stop, and the ball's delivered right on rhythm. Ball just gets, that's one you got to catch. You got to catch that ball. You know, they can't deliver it to you. They can't walk it out and hand it to you. You just got to make that catch.
Grogan Ahmad just moved into 24th place in the all-time passing list with his last completion. Joe Theismann.
By the time he quits 10 years from now, he'll move way up that ladder.
Here's Grogan, downfield throw, and he was looking at Cedric Jones. Jets had it well covered. And Grogan took a seat as he released the ball, hit by a Jet pass rusher.
Don't forget to pick up your mission.
I asked Grogan how he felt. He hadn't played, and he said he hadn't played in a while. I said, was it tough for you to come back in and play? He said, you know, I took a year off, and when I came back mentally, I was so fired up to play again that I really wanted to get out there. I said, well, you got knocked down a few times last week. Were you sore? He said it was good sore. So he got a little bit more good sore right there.
He likes this.
He does. Part of the game.
He's had a lot of hospital time over his 15 years. Now he goes to the shotgun on 3rd down and 10. Loops it out, Hartley Dykes. And the defense is right there. Eric McMillan timed his hit as the Jets again get the rush. That was Marvin Washington, 97, who knocked down Grogan as he released the ball. There's also a penalty marker down in the Patriot backfield.
Well, I think that Eric McMillan hit Hartley Dykes before the ball got there. Watch it.
Pretty good.
Well, maybe I'm wrong. Looked like he had a very...
Personal foul. Referee the passer. Number 97. Go to the head.
That is a rookie mistake. Marvin Washington roughed the passer. Jets would have gotten it back on a punt. Instead, the Patriots get a first down.
Once again, Marvin Washington was a basketball player. There he is. He's getting right by the face, man. Now, that's really dangerous, especially with that bad neck that Grogan had operated on last year. But Marvin Washington's a guy that came in. They thought he was going to be a big outside pass rusher. He put on 30 pounds, and they say he lost a little bit of his quickness, but he's starting to come back around. He's getting used to that weight gain.
Joe Walton Doing a rookie mistake that could ultimately lead to the Patriots taking the lead in the game. They trail 7-3. But they keep the drive alive with a first down on the penalty against Marvin Washington, a 270-pound rookie from Idaho. Pitch back. Stevens. He's having trouble turning upfield. Jets stringing him out. That was Lageman, number 56. The Jets' number 1 draft choice, a lean 6'6", 250.
Jeff Lageman is some type of football player. Now, I know that on draft day, the New York Jet fans were booing, but I think they should turn that around because this fella here comes to play every single week. Talking to some of the guys around him, he said he's got one of them throwback attitudes where he's a football player.
He goes hard every practice, every game. Lageman has been improving game by game. Stevens has lost yardage on 3 of his 6 carries in the game. Now Grogan on 2nd and about 14. Up the middle throw, and it's picked off by the man who does it best for the Jets, Eric McMillan. And usually when he gets it, he's not done till he's way downfield. He has scored. He's one of their top touchdown producers, Eric McMillan, in his 2 years. That was his 5th interception of the year.
He has such excellent hands for a defensive back. Most defensive backs are people that couldn't catch as a wide receiver, so they made him defensive back. But watch McMillan. He makes a play on the ball, catches it right in his hands, and all of a sudden he puts so much pressure on the offensive team because he runs so well after the catch. This is a great play. Free safety usually plays center field. They watch the ball go and then make a play on it, and that's exactly what Eric McMillan does. And they better tackle him quick because if he gets a little more room than that, he could be off to the races. He is some kind of a free safety.
Drafted as a rookie in the 3rd round, and he went to the Pro Bowl his first year. Now it's first down and 10 for the Jets. So that negates the mistake of Marvin Washington. And here's an out throw as O'Brien just throws it to somebody on the Patriot bench. Everybody was covered. You know McMillan's dad. You play with him with the St. Louis Cardinals.
Certainly did. And I remember little Eric coming around the locker room talking about he was going to be a professional football player. And he was like, sure, Eric, sure you will. Well, not only is he a professional football player, he's the best free safety in the game.
Penalty marker down and a holding call.
The offense, 10-yard penalty, repeat first downs.
They signaled against Dan Alexander, so the Jets now go to first down and 20.
See, Dan Alexander's been in the league a long time. He's a tough guy. And he's playing with 2 pull calf muscles. And he's doing his best to try to keep somebody off the quarterback. And I know Ken O'Brien, from his standpoint, he'd rather have the guy hold him than let him go and let him nail him. He's like, hold him, do anything to him. Don't let him hit me.
First and 20, and O'Brien takes a look. And he's going to be sacked at the 28-yard line. Got ahead for about 3. It'll bring up 2nd and about 17. Ken Sims got him. Jets and Patriots had a shootout the opening game of the season. New England had a 21-0 halftime lead. And then the Jets came back to lead 24-21 before losing by 3.
A little outside pressure on O'Brien. He steps up in the pocket, gets a nice little fake here, and then takes off running. But Ken Sims showing that he has tremendous foot speed, runs him down from the back. There's Criswell trying to hold him out. They get a little locked up in the face mask, but almost doesn't count. Unless it's horseshoes or something.
Horseshoes and hand grenades. Brent Williams was the pass rusher there, 96, that he grabbed. And now O'Brien throws an out pattern to Hector, and a tremendous defensive play by rookie Eric Coleman, a 2nd-round draft choice from Wyoming, who read it all the way and came up and made the pop just as the ball came in. So it's 3rd and long yardage. It'll be 3rd and about 13 where the ball is positioned.
This is a situation that the Jets did not want to get in. When they came out talking about they're going to establish the run, the reason they wanted to do that was to not get in 3rd and long, because every time they're in that situation, the only thing that has happened in the past is they end up with a sack.
Bryan has been sacked, 33 times this year. That's the 34th. 36th sack of a Jet quarterback. Their defense has only 11. Bryan stands in, dumps it off. Making room for himself with some quick change of pace moves is Johnny Hector, who's ahead for an 11-yard gain, but well short of a first down. So the Jets have to punt it with 35 seconds left to play in the first quarter, and the Jets in the lead 7-3.
A lot of times on 3rd and 13, you should throw a pass that you get 13 yards on. I mean, it's pretty tough to throw a little 6-yard pass and hope that you're going to get the first down.
Prokop hits the ball downfield. It takes a hop back at the Jets, and it's quickly down. And the Patriots go back on offense with just 13 seconds to play in the first quarter. A 30-yard punt. Jim Kelly, incidentally, is back in at quarterback for the Buffalo Bills. He had James Lofton for a touchdown pass at Atlanta, where the Bills, who lead the AFC East by 2 games, have a 7-0 lead. Marker down on the field. Joe Walton and his team trying to avert the worst start in Jets history. They've already tied what has been the worst start. The 70 and 74 team got up.
Substitution, number 89 of the kicking team. The penalty is refused. First down, New England.
Epps came in illegally. In 70 and 74, the Jets got off to a 1-7 start as they did this year. And they won in the 9th week.
These are the kind of things that just kill you. You don't want to lose a football game by having the wrong people on the football team. If you're going to lose, you want to get beaten by somebody making a great touchdown run or something. But if you're having little problems like this happen, I'm sure that Joe Walton is totally upset about situations like this.
Patriots go from their 28-yard line. First down for Grogan. Up the middle he goes. Big back from Michigan, Robert Perryman, is ahead for a gain of 11 yards and a Patriot first down. Troy Benson got him. And that'll do it for the first quarter of play at Foxborough, where the Jets hold to a 7-3 lead. Jets scored first in this game on a 19-yard run by Freeman McNeil. Patriots came back on the ensuing kickoff, took it downfield, and Greg Davis hit a 47-yard field goal. We're now ready for the opening play of the second quarter. New England coming in with a 3-5 record. Coming off an uplifting overtime win against the Colts on the road last week. Jets looking to break a 5-game losing streak. Straight ahead carry by Robert Perryman, as Stevens hasn't been getting it done. So now they go to Perryman, and he gets out to the 45-yard line on a first down carry. And it'll bring up second and about 5.
These Jets do not want to let this New England Patriot running game get going, because once they get going, they can run the ball on anybody. I've watched them just control an entire game with that running attack. They keep your offense off the field. They can just chip away.
Grogan, with all that experience, mixing his play calls, he goes back to Perryman. And on second down, he dives ahead for maybe 2 yards to about the 47-yard line. Troy Benson on another tackle for the Jets, number 54 inside backer. Raymond Berry likening Steve Grogan to the Hall of Fame teammate of Berry's with the Baltimore Colts, John Unitas, in temperament and leadership. There's Raymond. He's in the Hall of Fame.
Raymond has a unique temperament and leadership.
Yeah, he
does. he's a lot like Bud Grant. And things don't. He doesn't worry about things that might happen. That's for worrywarts.
On third down from the shotgun, a pass is errant, thrown by Grogan to Robert Perryman, and there's also a marker down at the line of scrimmage. The Jets are getting a rush today. They came in with only 11 sacks.
And they gave up 9 in one game offensively.
That was last week to the 49ers.
Holding, number 70 of the offense. The penalty is refused. Fourth down.
Well, a lot of times, if you care a lot about your quarterback and you can't block the guy in front of you, the best thing you can do is hold the guy. And that's what number 70 Vin did.
Yep, Vin thought that was the best way to go. So they got him, and now the Patriots will punt the ball. Beagle's in for a second punt. Townsell is back for the Jets. Big rush by the Jets. The punt hangs, but Townsell fair catching the ball at the 22-yard line. Just a 33-yard punt as the wind has come up, and that punt was into the wind. So Beagles goes off, and the Jet offense comes back out.
Here you see Coach Hawkins there trying to get that defense together. A lot of people don't realize on a professional football team, the defensive players all practice together. You don't see the offensive player. All your meetings are separate. The only time you really see them is on Sunday, and then you come together and you hope that each side of, you hold up your side and I'll hold up my side, and hopefully the offensive defense can come together and play well.
Jets played, other than a few mistakes, a good first quarter. They lead 7-3 and go to the run on first down. Johnny Hector getting a lot of work early in this game. Takes it out close to the 29-yard line.
Defensively, Fred Berry.
That offensive line still firing out there, giving Hector a chance to find a crack.
Another marker down, Ahmad.
Well, this certainly won't help.
Holding, number 68 for the offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Reggie McElroy at right tackle. He too was late reporting to camp in a contract holdout and has not had a good year.
There's such a fine line between holding and pushing that a lot of times you just gotta get that technique down, ball that fist up. Of course, I feel silly talking about that. I never made a block in my life.
You caught 500.
That's right.
Mickey Schuler, the Pro Bowl tight end, down for perhaps 6 weeks with a knee injury. They're going with untested tight ends. Downfield throw, a nice play, and a good catch by one of those tight ends, Greg Werner. First-year player from DePaul College in Indiana, a 13-yard gain.
When a team is 1-7, a lot of times you find out who can play and who can't play. There's no room for people to sit the bench at 1-7. You might as well let everybody play. And Greg Werner's a guy that just come in here. He's been cut 2 times by this Jet team, and now he's trying to show that he maybe should stay around. That was a very nice catch, nice pattern by Werner.
You won't forget that one. That was his first in the NFL.
Did he keep the ball?
That's still in there. Brian wants to keep that ball. That one seems to be working. They go back to the run, and they take it close to the 30-yard line on a 2nd down and 7 play. After a 13-yard gain, it was 1st and 20 after the holding call. Brent Williams makes the stop on Johnny Hector.
So important for this Jet team to be able to run the ball, to keep that pressure off Ken O'Brien. Because, you know, without Mickey Schuler, without Al Toon, their passing attack is mediocre at best. And it doesn't help to have one flyer in there and not the guys that complement him. When they had all those guys in, they could send Toon and Walker deep and then have Schuler work underneath. Now they have nobody.
There's an outside chance that All-Pro Al Toon will be in next week against Miami, out with 2 bad ankles. O'Brien downfield. He has a man, and they make the connection close to midfield. A 19-yard gain as O'Brien waited until the last possible moment, released it to Wesley Walker. O'Brien then took the hit, but the connection good for a Jet first down.
Wesley Walker here just gets back by the first man right there. And now he just sort of finds a little spot and starts to float a little bit. Just waiting on the ball. Ken O'Brien with a very nice throw. And as you said, now he held that ball right to the last minute and then fired it right on the line. There's Walker once again, running right through it and then kind of setting down. O'Brien 6 for 8, 78 yards, having a pretty good day.
Yeah, he's off to a good start. Jets lead the game 7-3 with 11:42 to play in the first half. On first down, a timing pattern on the right flank, and the Jets make it work, and they get ahead for yet another first down, as that gain was good for 11 yards to the very quick Philip Epps.
That is the way that play is supposed to work. This ball is thrown before Epps stops. Epps with a little hitch pattern, they call it. You just run down there and turn around. It's easy pass to catch. But you got to have enough speed to put pressure on the cornerback, because if the cornerback's looking back at the quarterback, you got an interception going the other way. Very nice play.
Richie Kotite, the Jet offensive coordinator, sending in the plays. A reminder to our viewers that we'll be selecting the Budweiser Most Valuable Player for today's game at the conclusion of the game. O'Brien now, Matt, with a hot streak.
5 straight completions.
Marker goes down on the snap of the ball as the Jets run it ahead on first down close to the 38-yard line. Tim Goad was on the stop of Johnny Hector.
I think it was offsides by New England, appeared to me.
So here's referee Hammer, who says
Offside. Number 50 of the defense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
McGrew they got. It was the Patriots. So the Jets keep the drive moving down to the 35-yard line.
Ball spotted at the Patriots 35-yard line.
This is the best that they've looked. And we've seen them a couple of times this year, Don, and this is the best they've looked so far. I mean, at least they're doing positive things, and everybody's playing hard. And I think that's the thing that Joe Walton's still happy about, is even though they're 1-7, they're still got that enthusiasm, and they're trying hard.
Yeah, Jet coaches all say they've had some of the best practices they've had since they've been with the team in the recent weeks during the losing streak. Long ball. Man is open. Tomzell. Did he get it? might be reviewing this. He caught the ball, but was he in? Touchdown is the signal, but don't put it on the board just yet. 35 yards. Patriot fans start up. This could come for review as Townsell made one of the finest receptions of his career.
A great throw by Ken O'Brien and a great catch by JoJo Townsell.
That was a great
He
catch.
was stretched out, caught it on his fingertips, but O'Brien put it right on the money. Here's Townsell at the bottom of your screen. Watch this catch. Stretches out. Oh, he's way inside. Oh, shoot, yeah, that's a touchdown all the way.
Boy, that was nice. So the Jets hit some big plays.
O'Brien right on the money this ball to Townsell.
I just hope the Jets don't go blowing out another opponent here.
Well, Eric Coleman, the guy that came in and for Raymond Claiborne, all of a sudden got put on that freeway out there, and JoJo burned him a little bit.
Hey, as you know, that I've never seen the Jets, for being a down team, as optimistic as they were today.
The play stands. Touchdown.
It is official, so O'Brien to Townsell, and the Jets have their second touchdown, and now they have their place kicker Pat Leahy out, looking to extend the lead to 14-3.
O'Brien deserved to throw that touchdown pass, all the sacks he's had in the past.
Well, he's having a great day, Ken O'Brien, and Leahy is automatic. And so with 10 minutes and 58 seconds left to play in the first half, the Jets have gone in front 14-3.
PC Sports coverage of the National Football League is brought to you by Mazda Cars and Trucks. Mazda, it just feels right. By Radio Shack, the technology store, America's leader in consumer electronics. And by Bud Light. Everything else is just alike.
Ken O'Brien having a big day for the Jets. Has hit 8 of 10 for 124 yards and a touchdown, a 35-yarder. It's the Jets in front 14-3. JoJo Townsell on the receiving end as the Jets kick it off now. Sammy Martin runs it back for New England and works his way out to the 22-yard line. 20-yard return.
Done for the Jets. That's their first touchdown pass in 22 quarters. Kayam trouble, please send help. Eason.
The update on Tony Eason here in New England is that he was informed some days before he was waived by the Patriots that he would be. His agent, Lee Steinberg, immediately went to work looking to situate him with a team he wanted to go to. He wanted to go to the San Diego Chargers. He's in San Diego right now. The Jets with a masterful move for the $100 waiver claim price. They have a guy that could conceivably be, if he doesn't report, bring him a 1 or a 2 pick in the draft. Grogan throws it up the middle. Lynn Dawson makes the reception on first down, and he's to the 30-yard line. The feeling seems to be, though, Ahmad, that Eason will come into the Jets camp next week. He just didn't want to come back to Foxborough.
Well, the way he was booed out of here, I don't blame him. I've never in my entire career seen a player that fans have ridden so hard as they rode this guy here. I mean, he couldn't, when he came out of the tunnel, they'd start booing him. He couldn't do anything good. But Steve Grogan, on the other hand, is a guy they like, Steve Grogan.
He's the people's choice, Grogan. As the Patriots go hard to the run again on a 2nd down and 3 play, they get the ball out close to the 35-yard line. Robert Perryman ran the ball, a 235-pound fullback.
Grogan complements this offense, so this ball control offense so well, because when they do pass, they throw those little short balls over the middle just to keep those sticks moving. So what they do is they end up eating a lot of time up on the clock as they slowly take the ball down the field. And Grogan does that as well as any quarterback in football.
That's right. They had the ball most of the game last week at Indianapolis, even though it went to overtime. And that dink and dunk pass offense that kept the chains moving. Long ball this time, trying to get it all down to Sammy Martin. He makes the play. Martin, an exceptional little player. He only weighs 170 pounds. He was a tailback at LSU. And he just outfights the defender, Bobby Humphrey, for a 37-yard gain.
Sammy Martin, one of my favorite guys. I was talking to him the other day out there. And I mean, you said he was a tailback. Last year, he didn't have a lot of success because he was used to catching the ball out of the backfield. This year, he worked extremely hard. And I'm telling you, he's doing that number 82 proud. You know who else wore that number 82? Raymond Berry.
That's right.
Watch this play on the ball. That's a great catch right there.
Oh, that is. Big hit for the Patriots. They trail 14-3. Now they go to the end zone, and it's through the hands of Cedric Jones. He had a step on the defender. Bobby Humphrey, and the free safety was closing in. Eric McMillan. They might have touched the ball. Very nearly a touchdown for the Patriots.
It looked like the ball was deflected right at the last minute. He had his hands up to try to make the catch, and right at the last minute, it looked like the ball took another angle on him.
Browns open it up now at Tampa Bay, go to a 21-7 lead. You're watching Sammy Martin catch punch yesterday out of a jugs machine that booms the ball downfield. And Ahmad said, and you know that kicker tomorrow's a left-footed kicker. Instead of just that machine, he says to the guy, hey, can you change that machine around?
I didn't mean to mess him up.
Second down and 10, and the Patriots go to the run and get down to the 25-yard line. John Stevens takes it right at the defense, and Kevin MacArthur, 57, they stop. Scott Mercereau is also on the play. Mercereau starting at the nose tackle.
3-yard pickup to the 25-yard line.
Sammy Martin hadn't thought about that.
Oh, you got him thinking there.
That's right. They had the ball machine that was spiraling balls off to the right, and then I said, well, wait a minute, isn't the kicker left-footed? Can they change it around so it spins the other way? And he, well, wait a minute.
He stopped using it.
That's right.
What in the locker room?
He finally said, I don't care which way it spins. All I got to do is catch it.
They're down and about 7. Brogan, end zone throw. Sammy Martin can't get to the ball. As Radachowski came across. Radachowski from Boston College pointing a finger at Sammy Martin. Gary Glenn also on the play.
Radachowski should not be pointing too many fingers at a guy like this. He'll be back to get you.
Actually, it was Gary Glenn who was pointing the finger that he will be back to get you.
Nice pattern by Sammy Martin. Ball just a little bit overthrown. Gary Glenn, nice coverage there. But I think you should let a sleeping dog lie. I don't think you want to get anybody fired up to come get you.
Martin is bald. He was bald in high school, and when he was recruited by LSU, an assistant coach came up to him and thought he was one of the parents of a recruit.
Sammy Martin's bald?
Yeah. Said he got old fast.
I wonder why he was talking to me. Well, they missed the field goal. He was talking to me with his helmet on the whole time.
The field goal is up, but it's no good, and the Jets continue to lead 14-3. Story here at Foxborough, the way the Jets season's been going, they lead 14-3 in the second quarter, and O'Brien has been just terrific. He's great if you give him time. He's 8 for 10 throwing the ball.
Finally, I told you earlier before the game that if they can get some points in early, they can forget about those 7 losses. They played well so far, and now they feel like a winner. It's easy to forget about those 7 losses when you start to play well. If they would have gotten behind, it would have went, oh, well, we're 1-8.
Maj, you look like a private eye with that lid on.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just checking it out.
Looks good. Right now, we go to live action, and straight ahead, the Jets go to the run and get out to the 28-yard line.
Johnny Hector on the carry.
Johnny Hector carries again for the Jets. The missed field goal by Davis, and the score remains 14-3 Jets. O'Brien unsacked today and very accurate throwing the ball.
Buffalo 7, Atlanta 3. Miami 10, Indianapolis 3. Green Bay 7, Chicago 3. Rams 7, Minnesota 6.
Ken O'Brien, part of that celebrated quarterback class of '83, and one of his best friends in this world is Tony Eason. They grew up together in Sacramento, California. Hector gets a pitch back, and Johnny Hector running hard on 2nd down and 6 gets the ball close to the 34-yard line.
Johnny Hector has that immediate speed. You get outside that tackle, he really likes to turn it on.
Off the ball, 34-yard line, 3rd down and 1.
Elway's been great. Blackledge, number 7 pick overall in the first round, hasn't made up. A backup at Pittsburgh, and they too are interested in Eason. Kelly led the AFC in passing going into today's game. Eason has had some great days, and so has O'Brien. He's led the NFL in passing. And Marino, if he's not, he's close to being the best of all time. 3rd and short, 3rd and 2. O'Brien fires up the middle. He's got a tight end running free. On the run is Chris Dressel, a big free agent from Stanford, and he takes the ball inside the 25-yard line. And O'Brien, play faking, looking off the defense, looking out of the wide receiver, and then spirals the ball over the middle to Chris Dressel for a 42-yard gain.
This is a tight end offense, but without Mickey Shuley, they figure there's nothing they could do. But watch O'Brien. He finds Dressel wide open over the middle, and Dressel's showing he knows what to do with it after he catches. He gets a nice run here. Nice block downfield, puts a little stiff arm on Marion, and still gets yanked down.
Chris Dressel's first reception as a New York Jet. He was with Houston for 4 years. So the Jets with a 14-3 lead, driving again now. First down and 10 inside the 25-yard line. To the run. Hector in trouble. Using all 205 pounds of power back close to the line of scrimmage.
Anytime you see that running back take that little dip back to try to get some running room, it usually ends up in negative yardage. You got to turn that ball and run north and south. He did a fine job just getting back near the line of scrimmage. Here's a little dip that Hector takes right here. That little dip right there. Now he's in trouble. There's nothing but red shirts out in front of him. And if there's nothing but the opposite colored shirts out in front of you, that is not a good sign.
O'Brien on 2nd and 10 takes a look into the end zone, and he throws the ball away as 2 defenders were on the receiver. Now let's go to Bob Costas in New York with this NFL Live update. Bob?
All right, Donna. Tampa Bay, 2 Vinny Testaverde interceptions have been brought back by Cleveland for touchdowns. First, Felix Wright went 27 yards. Now it's Thane Gash taking this one back for 15. Bernie Kosar has also thrown 2 TD passes. 28-7 Browns. Back to Don Criqui and the Mad Hatter, Ahmad Rashad.
Yes, so Bob has one of those pilgrim hats somebody gave him up here. Right?
That's right. Bob likes my hats. He wants to borrow them from time to time.
Third down coming up now for the Jets. Third down and 10 as O'Brien starts to roll out. Pump fakes, throws, and he makes a connection. Wesley Walker doing good work coming back at the ball. Fish hook fingers. He hooks onto a hard thrown ball. It'll be short of a first down, but it's very much in field goal range.
Very fine reception by Wesley Walker. Watch Wesley drive and try to push the defense back. Once he turns his face back to the quarterback, watch him come back to the ball. That's the mark of a good receiver. See him coming back and just reaches up and snatches that ball out of the air. Fred Marion, number 31 there, the first one to get to him. And then number 22, Eric Coleman.
One of the impressive things about O'Brien is the way he's moving the ball around when he throws.
He really has. He's completed passes to 7 different receivers today.
34-yard field goal, and they go to a trick play. They don't go for the field goal try. They're trying to get it all early. But the bag of tricks flew up that time. You remember that Prokop scored on a 17-yard run on a fake field goal versus the Patriots in Week 1.
This is a razzle-dazzle here. Jeff Lageman?
That was, yeah, it was.
Jeff Lageman on the inside handoff, and he's run down by number 41, Darrell Holmes. It looked like they knew this play was coming. Look at number 41, Darrell Holmes. He's right on top of Lageman.
Kind of an offshoot of that Nebraska fumble-rooski.
I like that play. I mean, why not give it a try,
Well, they're trying to get out of the slump. They're up 14-3. It was a sure shot field goal. The wind was at Leahy's back, but they gambled, but they've done an awful lot of things right today. Like that, stopping the run. These linebackers playing hard as Benson, a 4th-year player from Pittsburgh, again slides off the block. Makes the strike. Troy Benson, 54.
I like that play. I mean, that's put a little razzle-dazzle in it. Make it exciting. Give it a shot. Had it worked, they would have been saying Joe Walton was a genius. Great play. It didn't work, so I'm sure he'll take a few shots, but if they win the game, it doesn't matter.
They're going to try more trick plays, I think. They're going to see some other stuff. Here's Grogan, a quick out to an open receiver. Cedric Jones, an excellent player from Duke University, making his 29th reception of the season. He's the leading receiver this year for the Patriots. The guy that I was telling you about who caught 400 passes a day in the offseason. He had a machine throwing it to him. You can't hire a guy to throw that many.
No, the guy wouldn't have a shoulder. He threw that many balls, but he's a great pattern runner also. He really knows the field and plays the field well. He knows when to sit down in between those zones, just like he did that last time. Very intelligent young man, a Duke graduate.
Was a point guard as a freshman on the Duke basketball team. Probably only could play one sport to get the job done in that rigorous academic environment. So now the Patriots go back to the run. And Robert Perryman takes it to the 45-yard line. At halftime, we'll be going back to Bob Costas and O.J. NFL Live. Week 9.
Second down and 7.
Steve Gutman, the president of the New York Jets, as are all the people in that organization, hopeful that Tony Eason will report tomorrow or Tuesday. John Riggins says the Redskins are not a very good team.
Oh, that's a strong statement, I guess, huh? That was a nugget.
And out pattern goes to Cedric Jones, who is knocked out of bounds at the 49-yard line. Doug Flutie waving in the plays. The play calling now is so confusing that even the quarterback doesn't know what's going on.
I tell you, when that used to happen when I was playing, it was almost like charades. All the guys in the huddle would be turning around looking, and we'd be guessing. It's a pass. No. Off tackle. No. Let's see. It's a. Finally, they wouldn't let us look anymore. Only the quarterback could look to the sideline.
Patriots 0-5 on third down, but they make a connection on that one and drive the ball ahead for a first down on the Jet side of the field down to the 45-yard line. Perryman gets the call again. Guys that run the plays in, you didn't like to do that, though.
No. Shoot, the coach would hold you on the sideline too long. By the time he let you go, you had to like sprint to get into the huddle to give him the play before the time clock went out.
Then things would get convoluted between the coach upstairs and the coach and the guy sending the play in.
Now, a lot of guys are going there talking about, he said, give me the ball.
First and 10 for Grogan. Long ball downfield. He's got the defense beaten, and then Hasty recovers and knocks the ball away from Stanley Morgan. Ball hung, and that gave Hasty a chance to recover and knock the ball away.
13 years in the league, and this man has lost no speed. He ran right by Hasty. The ball was just a little bit underthrown. If you watch at the top of your screen, Stanley Morgan just, whoa, he turned it on and went right by Hasty. A little bit more arm, and we got a touchdown for the New England Patriots. Here's another shot at it. You see Morgan having to slow down to try to make the reception, and Hasty gets his hand in there very well and knocks the ball away.
So it's 2nd and 10, and Grogan sets in the shotgun, gets a one-hopper, and lets it go. And he almost made a connection.
He knew where Stanley Morgan was trying to go, knew he didn't have a lot of time to throw it, and he just fired it away.
Patriots have been a good road team. They're trailing here at home 14-3 to the Jets today. Some people say they get about as much support on the road as they do here. This crowd can be rough on them when they're not going good.
Grogan just firing this ball downfield, and he takes a little pop for his efforts. Grogan 8 for 19, 122 yards. One interception. Don't like to see those interceptions too much.
Eric McMillan was the guy who intercepted him. We have 2:37 to play in the first half. 14-3 Jets. Grogan on 3rd and 10. That's a rip. Hartley Dykes puts one arm up for the ball. For $1 million signing bonus, you want more than that.
You got to reach out a little bit farther on that ball. That's one of those balls that, it's tough to catch him over the middle. Hartley seeming to be in a little bit of cruise control.
Johnny Hector with an injury problem now. They've taken him in for x-rays of his right thumb.
That'll be a big loss if he's not able to play the rest of this game, because I'm talking to Richie Kotite. He said, we're going to try to run this ball. And without Johnny Hector, that puts a big load on Freeman McNeil.
Snap back to Fiegels, who hits a high spiral. Townsell comes up on the ball. It takes a hop inside the 15, and it's going to roll all the way down inside the 10-yard line. So the Jets get it back, but they've got 92 yards to go to the Patriot end zone. A 37-yard punt that rolls dead at the 8. Fiegels punted for a national championship team at Miami. Once against Notre Dame, he never punted once. He said, I could have sat in the stands.
I think most punters should sit in the stands. Just have them come out from the side, kick, and go back and get a seat. Have
One
a dog.
of the biggest golf events of the year is fast approaching. Thanksgiving weekend, the Skins game returns to NBC Sports. Join us for a unique round of golf where one putt could be worth $450,000. Raymond Floyd will defend his title with U.S. Open champion Curtis Strange, along with golf legends Jack Nicklaus and Lee Trevino in pursuit. 2 days of great golf. One of the best foursomes ever, the Skins game, Thanksgiving weekend on NBC. Roger Vick, a big fullback from Texas A&M, running straight up, takes a shot chin high from Vincent Brown, 59, who wants to be a lawyer. He says, on Sunday, you come in my area, I am the law.
Boy, he was, he put the law on Roger Vick that time. That was hitting surface, head, shoulders. He picked him up and drove him into the ground.
That old Jerry Burns hitting surface.
That hitting surface. Put that head, put that hat on him.
At Rydell.
It'll be hosted by Mike Lynch, new center vice.
Well, you see, people don't know when you say Rydell. See what it says across the top of his helmet? It says Rydell up there, doesn't it?
That's the brand name. I'll tell you one thing, Vincent, you see him out there in a t-shirt, all you got to do is stand him out there. He's going to scare somebody. Every guy looked like a football player.
That or a bodybuilder.
Second round draft choice. A lot of people thought he should be playing more. He had a tremendous game against the Colts last week. He forced one fumble. He recovered a number, another fumble, and he had a sack in the game.
Raymond Berry over there trying to figure out what somebody's doing.
Crossword puzzle as O'Brien swings it out, and it's not going to make the connection. Raymond McNeil out of the backfield as Brent Williams was on O'Brien.
And we got a flag on the play.
Johnny Hector's coming back in now. He just went in to have his thumb x-rayed.
In the old days, you had to wait till Tuesday to get your x-ray.
Right.
And now they got all that stuff right in the locker. Just run in there and get it x-rayed.
Illegal motion.
Tape it up, give an aspirin.
That's taping aspirin on it.
Third down.
The trick is if they let you see the x-ray. They just go, yeah, it's okay.
Well, you've got the best assessment of what's a serious injury. Anything that hurts.
That's right. One that's not serious. That's right. One that's not serious if it's somebody else's.
That's right. Like a depression and a recession. It's a recession if your neighbor's out of work. It's a depression if you are. Straight ahead carry by the Jets on third down, and a linesman throws a marker in after the play as the Jets are well short of the first down. Jets will be hoping for a defensive penalty that might give them a first down, and that's what O'Brien's signaling.
We got a face mask. O'Brien trying to help the referee with his business in there.
Coach Berry doesn't get too worked up. You can't tell by looking at him ever if he's up 14-3 or
5-yard
down.
face mask penalty. Number 95 of the defense. 5-yard penalty. First down. 2-minute warning.
Now, Raymond Berry never gets worked. Like I say earlier, he's like Bud Grant. He doesn't worry about things that he doesn't have to.
And we'll be back. 14-3 is the count at Foxborough, Mass. The Jets, an underdog up on the New England Patriots with 2 minutes to play in the first half. Jets scoring first in a 19-yard run in the first quarter by Freeman McNeil. Patriots came back on a 47-yard field goal by Greg Davis, and then a 35-yard long ball. Ken O'Brien, who's been hot all day, and a tremendous catch in the end zone. A diving catch by JoJo Townsend, and the Jets lead at 14-3. Play fake, and O'Brien's going to dump it off. He got the wrong guy, Ed Reynolds, and he's going to take it down inside the 10-yard line. So O'Brien, trying to avert a sack, shuffles the ball ahead, and linebacker Ed Reynolds gets a room service interception and takes the ball back inside the 10-yard line.
I think they were going to call O'Brien was in the grass. But this was a heads-up play by O'Brien. I just think it caught Freeman McNeil off.
That's the rule. The whistle blows.
See, Freeman didn't know. He was trying to go back and try to help block somebody. The ball went right by him. Picked up and went the other way, but the referees had already ruled that Ken O'Brien was in the grasp.
We get some seriously restless natives here.
No, it sounds like Eason has made his entrance into the field.
Well, they're not happy in Foxborough. They might be coming over the walls here. O'Brien in the grass. You could see it on the replay. A good second look where they had it. As soon as that whistle blows, that's the play.
Here's another look. O'Brien trying to find somebody downfield. Now he's in the grass right there by Gary Jeter, and he tries to shoot the ball out to Freeman McNeil, who's not aware of it. Gets by him and is picked up and going the other way. While they talk it over out there.
You ready to dig into a little something here?
I like to enjoy myself, Don. You know, last week we talked about the chicken wings in Buffalo, and everybody took a look at those. But how about this?
You got that good lobster there.
This is the New England lobster that they like to have here. And, you know, when we do a game, we like to enjoy ourselves. Don't we, Don?
We sure do.
Huh? Boy, I tell you, it's like sitting there. We got monitors all around. We got lobster. We got a game in front of us.
How about the first guy to eat one of those things? He had to be very courageous or nuts. Second down and long, and the draw play to Johnny Hector doesn't get much. It'll bring up third down and long as the ball's out to the 19-yard line. Third down and 11 coming up. Hector's run the ball 11 times now for 38 yards.
Now you can sign up with the Patriots and even earn 3.
NFL Live coming up at halftime. We are 1:42 from the half. Jets in the lead 14-3. The executive producer of NBC Sports is Terry O'Neill. The producer of today's game, Kenneth Edmondson. Director Ted Nathanson. As on a crisp November afternoon in Foxborough, the Jets look to end a 5-game losing streak. The Patriots hoping to get on a roll that could take them to the playoffs. Last season in the second half, the Patriots won 6 of 8 games under Raymond Berry, only losing the last game to Denver. Then they would have gone in. They finished 9-7. Berry said yesterday, I'm looking for a 12-game winning streak.
And you know, they've done it before. Like Fred Marion told me before the game, when our backs are to the wall, that's when you see the real New England Patriot team. But boy, I don't know if you want to do that every single year.
They were a wild card the year they went to the Super Bowl against the Bears, only to be machine gunned in the Superdome. Here's O'Brien throwing. He's got too much on it. O'Brien with a lot of arm strength. Guns one with the wind at his back. And so now the Jets will punt the ball from deep in their own end.
You know, Don, this lobster that they have up here in New England is on a par with those chicken wings in Buffalo.
You got to get you one of those crackers, though. Makes it crack the claws.
Can't figure out how you get into this baby.
You got a New Englander here trying to do it for you. Prokop ready now for his 4th punt. Sammy Martin, the daring one, is back standing at his 37. Patriots went for the block and almost got it. All hit downfield. There's a penalty marker down, and the Patriots might have hit Prokop. Just a 29-yard punt. There's a marker down, and the Jet offense is coming back out.
Anytime you see that flag laying about 3 feet away from the punter, that's exactly what happened. But Prokop may be in line for an Academy Award here. Great acting job.
Jim Bowman, 28.
Personal foul, running into the kicker, number 94, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
You know, one of the
94, Bowman was awfully close.
You know, they got a rule done now that if you're acting,
94,
if you're acting as if the guy hit you and he didn't, they'll penalize you.
David Ward was the man whose name was called. You see him run by, and then so does Bowman. And Prokop does his job very well, didn't punt it well. But it's still short of a 1st down where they had the ball position. But Prokop tries it again to get a little more. They go right after the ball again. Boy, Prokop unloaded. Martin's all the way back as the ball takes a jet hop inside the 10, and they can't catch up to it. It goes into the end zone. A 76-yard punt. Outkicked the coverage, but it'll come out to the 20. That's the longest of Joe Prokop's career.
Joe Prokop is a great athlete. He's also the emergency quarterback for this Jet team. He's one of those punters that can do a lot of things. I think he might have had a chance to make a professional football team at some other position other than a punter.
All at the 20.
Certainly has an acting career.
We got two bowls of chowder here to go to.
A little clam chowder here, Don.
Got you set up here like you're going to the chair with that meal.
I never thought of it that way.
Handoff goes to Perryman, and he runs the ball straight ahead and out to the 33-yard line. Time working against the Patriots now. Grogan, one of the best in the game at using the last 2 minutes. He only has 62 ticks left now. Dumps it off. Here's Stevens, who runs it ahead but stays in bounds. Clock running down to 50 seconds.
Well, that Stevens is a load once he gets going forward.
It's hard. From Northwest Louisiana. And that's perfectly legal. That's not intentional ground. He can throw the ball down and stop the clock. Everything you can do legally, Grogan knows about.
Well, he's been playing for 15 years?
15, going to be 37. And as the Jet coaches say, you know where to find him. He stays in that pocket, although he did have one good run today that set up a field goal.
That's why he's been able to play that long.
Wearing that big collar, as we mentioned earlier, he had 2 vertebrae fused and a cervical disc removed at his neck. He says he's never felt better. I'm sure I'd stay in the business if I had. Here's a throw downfield and a connection to Eric Sievers. The Jets have done a good job taking him out of the game to that catch. Sievers caught 7 balls for over 120 yards against the Colts last week. 27 seconds left.
They caught him from this position. When he lines up in the backfield, he's man-to-man on a linebacker. They're going to go to him again.
Back to Eric Sievers, and he gets to midfield. Patriots are working into a wind that's come up now. They've got to get a lot closer to kick a field goal here. Their kicker, Greg Davis, is 47 yards and good from the other way, but he missed a shorter one going this way in the second quarter. 19 seconds as you see to play. NFL Live with Bob Costas and O.J. Simpson coming up at halftime as the Jets continue to hold to a 14-3 lead, looking to break their 5-game losing streak.
They like having Sievers in that backfield, because what they do is they take the outside receivers and run them deep down the field, and then Sievers is able to work underneath all the coverage. It's a very high percentage pass.
They need more of a downfield throw now to get in range. Grogan stands in, throws a ball down to the 43. That's a free ball. And the Patriots have it at the 47-yard line with just 11 seconds left.
That was the old hook and ladder, but the ladder broke.
It did. Out of timeouts. Grogan takes a snap. This will do it for the first half, and it'll be a sack of Grogan. No, it won't. There'll be another play. Half canned in on a defensive penalty, and they're called for a face mask on Grogan.
Looked like he grabbed the top of his helmet.
Fred Warner was in defensively for the Jets on the play.
Joe Walton has to be thinking in these troubled times, can they score on us with no time left? Starting a play, the clock has run out, but a half cannot end on a defensive penalty.
Nothing would shock Joe Walton at any time. Here you see Grogan looking for a receiver downfield. Tries to duck up underneath.
The quarter is over.
And it wasn't an intentional face mask. It looked like he just caught him on the top of the helmet.
So they rule the quarter is over. No penalty. And with the count 14-3, the Jets go to the locker room with their first lead at halftime in almost. Spinning kick, fielding it on the run. The Patriots, and they get it out across the 25-yard line. And that's where they'll go on offense, first down and 10. Nichols was down to make the tackle on Rodney Rice, as you see the first half numbers. The Jets with 238 yards offense. It's been a while for that, and very importantly, they have no turnovers.
John is this week's winner of the Pizza Hut Team-Going Contest. Pizza Hut will be selecting winners for each Patriots home game this season at Sullivan Stadium.
Patriots with only 44 yards running the ball. Grogan threw it 46 times last week at Indianapolis. Completed 28. Career high completion. Stevens gets ahead for maybe 3 yards on a first down and 10 carry. He's across the 30-yard line. Kyle Clifton made the knockdown on second-year back John Stevens.
For the Jets.
Well, the Patriots coming right back out trying to do what they do best, and that is pound that ball at any defense. But the Jet defense is playing extremely well. And I've always thought that even though that they've given up 19 touchdown passes on the year, the defense still plays pretty well.
Playing hard. Patriots will be looking to hit deep now. They'll go to the long ball before long. And here is Stevens, who has had trouble turning the corner. He continues to try, and the Jets continue to string him out and then zone in and knock him down. Stallworth, a first-year player. The Jets like him. Ron Stallworth, rookie from Auburn.
That's the way you want to defense that play. Anytime a back gets outside the perimeter of his tackle and starts trying to go sideline to sideline, you got to have that pursuit on the outside. You see Hasty coming out there. He's fighting to make him turn the ball back inside. And while he does that, Stallworth comes in from the backside and makes the tackle.
That brings up third down and 8 for the Patriots from their 29-yard line. Opening drive of the third quarter. Grogan out pattern a wide open Stanley Morgan. Took Hasty deep, turned out on him. It's a big hit, 15 yards, and a New England first down.
What happens when you run a pattern over 14, 15 yards? The defensive back has to make a decision whether to go back and take you deep or keep trying to play you tight. You watch Stanley Morgan here. He comes down the field, and they know that his thing is to take you deep. He runs hard and runs on the outside corner of Hasty. The ball is perfectly timed, and before Hasty can react to it, Morgan's got a reception and a first down.
Patriots go back to the run, and John Stevens running more tentatively. He's banged up. John Stevens, who as a rookie was the best runner in the National Football League among the first-year players with almost 1,200 yards. Fraze from Syracuse knocked him down. This year only 371 at the halfway point, missed a couple of games, and he's still hurt. You see he hasn't got much today.
Fraze made a very nice play on that. He came all the way from the other side, right down the line of scrimmage to make that tackle. Stevens 10 carries for 6 yards. That is not like John Stevens. But I still think he's better running between the tackles, not on the outside.
And that's where they've been sending him, or he's been going, trying to get it to the outside. Now on second down and 10. Grogan stands in. He's running out of time. And Grogan, not in the situation he likes to be in, a total fire drill, but it might be working out for Steve Grogan as he waves a man downfield and makes a drop ball by Perryman. And then a penalty marker down as Grogan was hit as he released the ball, and Grogan is down.
He was leveled.
Stallworth nailed him as he released the ball, and Grogan looks like he's out cold.
That was
personal foul. Roughing the passer. 15-yard penalty. Over the head.
A great play by Grogan. You see him get out of. Now he takes off running. Then he puts a little Fran Tarkenton move and does a little jouet and takes off running the other way. And now he starts to direct Perryman to go over to the left so he can hit him with the ball. And just as he lets it go, boy, he is leveled with that.
He was no question about he was level, but what was illegal about the hit? I mean, it's open season when you run.
Maybe he hit him too hard, maybe.
Mark Wilson, the longtime Raider, the backup now, and he could be coming in as Grogan is still down. Back at Foxborough, fortunately, Steve Grogan appears to be all right. He was just knocked out briefly on that head-on hit by Ron Stallworth of the Jets. It was ruled personal foul, and Grogan went off the field. Mark Wilson, with no warm-up time, is now in. Here's the hit.
It didn't appear to be a flagrant hit. Just as Grogan lets the ball go, Stallworth's just not able to pull off and catches him right on the chin.
Patriots go to the run, and they take the ball on the first down to the Jet 35-yard line. 11:50 to play in the third quarter. Grogan, soon to be 37 years old, in his 15th season, coming off major neck surgery at Mass General in the offseason.
I guarantee you he's feeling a little bit older right now at this point.
That was a ferocious pop, but a head-on hit. Stallworth had started his move into Grogan, who was scrambling on the play. The ball was dropped by Perriman, but then the personal foul yardage, and the Patriots starts him out a challenge. And here is Stevens with his first big gainer of the day as he runs it inside all the way down and in. So Stevens, who's been firing blanks all day running the ball, finally hits up and in and takes it 35 yards for a touchdown that puts New England right back in at 14-9 with the extra point coming up. Stevens is going to run the ball over. He said he's going to give it to his mom, who's come up from Louisiana.
It's very hard to hold a great running back down. As the game goes on, they just get stronger and stronger. A lot of times, you start to learn what the defense is doing. You start to setting people up. Then all of a sudden, there comes a time that you can just take off, and that's exactly what John Stevens did. And boy, he ran over Kyle Clifton, number 59.
Well, there was a major error, though. The extra point was shanked. It's no good. So instead, Jets have a 14-9 lead as Mrs. Stevens has a...
PC sports coverage of the National Football League is brought to you by Coors Light. Pure brewed in the Rockies, the silver bullet won't slow you down. It's the right beer now. By Magnavox, smart choices for smart people. Magnavox, smart, very smart. And by Today Chevrolet, who invite you to see why nobody's winning like the heartbeat of America.
Back to live action. It's a 14-9 game. Jets in the lead. The kickoff by Greg Davis. Too deep for Phillips to return, and now we'll watch John Stevens. This amounts the longest run of the year for the Patriots.
Well, I tell you, he has an escort out in front of him, number 73, Danny V, and number 62, Sean Farrell. Now all of a sudden he's going full speed. Watch him run over Cal Clifton there. Just puts his shoulder into him and powers into the end zone. That was shades of Earl Campbell.
I tell you, he took the Jets' leading tackler, as you pointed out, and flattened him, then went over and gave the game ball to his mother, who was sitting in the stands.
Oh, and Cal Clifton, the guy had about a 20-yard running start at him. Pretty hard to stop a big power runner like that.
Now we'll see if the Jets can answer. This is their first possession of the second half, and they go to the run. And Johnny Hector, who was taken off to have his right hand x-rayed for a possible thumb fracture, runs it for 11 yards. Let's watch the extra point that was missed a moment ago.
A lot of people think these things are gimmies, but this is like kicking a little short field goal. Just wide of the mark. Very important point that they did not get.
Davis is the young man who is coached by his mother, who's a physics teacher.
Does she take the heat for this?
She has to. Not the kicker, it's the coach.
The inertia or something was wrong on that. Gotta get that pi over 5 or something.
First down carry, and the Jets take it at the Patriots. Jets had a man, Wesley Walker, running a fly pattern. Lawrence McGrew makes the stop of Johnny Hector. See the third quarter clock ticking down, 14-9. Jets looking to end a 5-game losing streak. Hector, a productive runner again today, Ahmad.
Yeah, 13 carries for 53 yards, and this offense is not dying. They're coming right back. Once they got burned by the touchdown by John Stevens, didn't take any wind out of their sails because they're coming right back trying to pound the ball back at the Patriots.
Second down and 6 comes up. Good fake and a good throw. He makes a connection to his tight end, Greg Werner, and he's ahead for a first down to the 47-yard line. So on 2nd and 6, the Jets get it ahead for a 10-yard gain.
Greg Werner, once again, has been cut 2 times this year, and now he's
hot. He's got 2 career receptions.
2 career receptions here today. He said, I belong in this league. I can catch the ball. Just throw it over here.
Gone to him twice. He's got them both.
Situations are so important in having a lasting career in professional football. You got to get a chance to play.
Right. And when you do play, they got to go to you. Here's a handoff, and Hector keeps on pounding the ball. That was a first down carry, good for almost 7.
Quite obvious about Johnny Hector missing training camp and not really being in good shape at the beginning of the season. It was the last couple of weeks. He's really starting to get into midseason form. Here's a sort of a bad time. You see Wesley Walker, who's been hurt a lot this year, limping off the field. He hurt his right knee last week on only his 2nd appearance of the season, and now he comes off hobbling now. Right over there with Bobby Reese.
Couldn't work all week. Blew up on him again. Wesley Walker. On 2nd down and 3, the Jets go to the run and get virtually nothing as the knockdown's at the 46-yard line. Ken Sims and Brent Williams, the defensive ends for New England, making the top stop. Vikings up on the Rams in the 3rd quarter at the Humphrey Dome. A couple of AFC strong teams getting upset at the moment, although a long way to go. Houston losing by 10 at home to Detroit. And the Bills have fallen behind the Falcons at Atlanta.
A lot of surprises. Houston used to never lose down there in the House of Pain. Pain being delivered to them today.
Yeah. State of mind, Jerry Glenn, to take that House of Pain on the road. 3rd and 3 as O'Brien steps in and swings it out beautifully to Freeman McNeil. With stutter step moves, he loses tacklers, and McNeil is all the way down to the 29-yard line, a 16-yard gain. As O'Brien stepped up by the pass rush, gave it to Freeman McNeil, and he put all kinds of stuff on the defense.
Yeah, Freeman McNeil is showing that he owns one of those jelly moves, too, because he turned Eric Coleman's knees into jelly. If you watch O'Brien step up, hit Freeman McNeil coming out of the backfield. Now watch this move he puts on Coleman. He don't know which way he went. Freeman saying, I have some moves.
Coleman, the rookie cornerback. So the Jets drive on. Their first possession of the second half. They lead 14-9. Patriots scored a touchdown their first possession. This time McNeil is cut down for a loss of a yard. And after the play, a penalty marker comes in from the umpire, which often signals holding.
O'Brien doing a great job of spreading that ball around. We said that earlier. 8 Jets have caught passes on the day. That's what you have to do with it all. You can't throw the ball to the same guy every single time. Move it around. It puts extreme pressure on the defense.
Holding, number 86, the offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Keith Newbert, one of the tight ends, called for a hold. So the Jets have first down coming up, but a long way to go. First down and 20 at the 39-yard line. That's Bert Zarens, the team surgeon for the Patriots, checking Steve Grogan.
Yeah, when you get knocked out like they ask you a lot of silly questions like, how many fingers do I have up? What time on the clock? What's your name? And if you can answer one of the 3, then you get to go back in and play.
Usually when you don't know your name, they're a little worried about you. They might hold you out for a couple plays. O'Brien again stands in and again dumps it off. This is Newbert on the run, called for the hold. He's going to get the yardage back and more as Newbert is down inside the 25-yard line, down to the 21, a 19-yard gain on first down.
See, now, this is what I like to see Ken O'Brien do. See, when you get stuck back there with the ball, move around and find somebody open to throw the ball. I think in the past, a lot of times, Kenny has held on to that ball and taken a sack. But you get everybody scrambling around, you got to find somebody open. Watch Kenny, nice fake to Freeman McNeil. Now he stepped up and he's still looking for somebody to throw the ball to. Finds Newbert, and Newbert is off to the races. Takes a little extra ride here on the end of this play. Fred Marion, number 31, rides him out of bounds.
The 9th guy to catch a pass. 9th different Jet receiver, Newbert. Get top 2 tight ends. Schuler and Griggs on the shelf with injuries. The young guy's playing well as Hector runs. Gets a block. McElroy playing hard and making things happen. Gave him some room to go, and he gets a first down, does Johnny Hector on the run.
Johnny Hector, a lot like Thurman Thomas up there in Buffalo, and McElroy, he's been around a long time, and he's fighting and plugging. And I think when the offensive line came under a lot of heat, I think that McElroy felt like, you know, maybe he was one of the guys taking some of that heat. So he's out playing to show that he's a real pro.
Ryan, who had a very good first half, starting off the same way in the third quarter.
3 for 3 for 47 yards. When you get a little long in the tooth in the offensive line, you can't get the excuse that you're young. You just got to play right away.
Hard hits put on. Patriots inside backer Ed Reynolds, 95, stuck along with Tim Goad. A first down carry, not good for much. Jets heading into the wind in the third quarter. Wind has come up, temperature dropping. It's in the low 40s now.
A little trap play over there, and a lot of times when you know you're in trouble and when you get to the line of scrimmage before your lead blocker gets there, and that time Criswell showed up long after the running back was already into the hole.
Rich Kotite, offensive coordinator for the Jets, says if there's any one thing that keys a team doing well, it's field position. Got to have it to score in this league. Jets have had it often and have moved the ball. O'Brien again stands in, long ball to the end zone, and it is broken up.
I like a quarterback like O'Brien that doesn't hesitate to throw that ball down the end zone. Take a chance. You know, throw it up there down in the end zone. You may, you know, you got a receiver out there. He gets confident if he knows you're going to throw it to him down there in the end zone. Because most receivers realize that, you know, if you don't catch this ball, you get taken out of the game. They bring in the big boys. O'Brien realized, shoot, you take a chance, throw the dice.
Last time you remember he went to Townsell deep, it was good for a touchdown as the Jets extended their lead to 14-3 at that point. Now it's 14-9. Patriots scoring a touchdown on a 35-yard run by John Stevens in the third quarter. Missed the extra point. Freeman McNeil running, and he's inside the 10-yard line. McNeil taking tacklers with him, moving the pile. He gets 10 yards on a 3rd down and 10 play.
Freeman, one of the best in the business at following his blockers, and he had a host of blockers out in front of him this time. Just a little sweep around the right end, and he had a lot of Jets in front of him. What you want to do at that point is just try to find a hole and then accelerate. That's exactly what Freeman did.
And the sticks come out. Very big measurement for the Jets. They get the first down. It would have been 4th down. Would they have gone for it or tried to extend their lead? 8 with a field goal.
First and goal.
But as it is now, they'll go right back to scrimmage, and they'll have it first down and goal at the 7-yard line of New England. Jet offense finally coming alive on this day. Donzell moves off on the left flank. They flex one of the tight ends, Greg Werner, way out to the right, and have 2 tight ends in to block. Vick alive, big blocking fullback. They give it to Vick, and markers go down as Vick does too after a gain of maybe a yard at that.
Roger Vick carried Gary Jeter on the stop.
Gary Jeter, who's in on the defensive line of New England, made the tackle, number 99, the longtime, first a Giant, then an LA Ram.
Looked like we got a little offsides on the Jets here. Well, I think they had offsides.
2 markers came in. 4:52 to play in the 3rd quarter. Chris Burkett coming in with the play.
Illegal motion, 2 men moving on the offense. The penalty is declined. 2nd down.
Mental error. Mental errors will kill you. And like old Bud Grant used to tell me, it doesn't take any athletic ability to have a mental error. You can get somebody from out in the stands to go out there and do something wrong.
Give you a mental error, huh?
That's right.
O'Brien, and the give is up the middle, and Johnny Hector takes it down to the goal line. Does he go in? No signal, but he's inches away. As the Jets on 2nd down and goal go to Johnny Hector, Ed Reynolds stopped the touchdown, if but for the moment.
Great run by Johnny Hector.
Was it
Here's Johnny Hector. He takes the handoff right here, cuts back inside of Gary Jeter, number 99, breaks that tackle, and then buries his head and tries to just push Rimbert into the end zone. That's called having a nose for the goal line. Once again, breaks the tackle here by 99 Gary Jeter. Now puts his head down and tries to barrel into that end zone and comes up just a little bit short.
Extended drive. Jets have had the ball now for 7 minutes in this drive, and over the top and not in is Roger Vick. Roger Vick is stuck over the top. A real pop put out. We'll be watching that again. And that brings up 4th down and goal.
Well, that's called the old flyover. The only thing is what Joe Walton didn't know is the defense had the flyover play called also.
They had somebody flying higher.
You just got to go for this. I mean, this is good football right here. If you can't score here, then you got to go for the touchdown. You see Roger Vick going up and Reynolds meeting him halfway through.
Turning point of the game could be coming now. 4th down and goal, and O'Brien wisely calls a timeout. Intense crowd noise, and you want to be very sure because they have 1 shot at it from a yard away.
The ultimate test for the offensive team. It's 4th down, goal to go. You ought to be able to make a yard. If you can't make a yard, you don't deserve 3 points. Yeah. You don't. I mean, you're 1-7. What are you going to go for the 3 for? 1-7, you got to go for the touchdown. This is a gut check time now for the Jets.
A lot of personnel moves by both sides, and now Prokop is coming out, and so is Pat Leahy.
It looks like they're going to go for the 3 points.
Well, and a field goal gives them an 8-point lead, meaning the Patriots have to score a touchdown and a field goal to go ahead of them. I remember, I think, Ahmad, vividly that fake field goal in the 2nd quarter.
That may be haunting them a little bit right here, but
and they're trying to get out of jail. A 5-game losing streak after they lost 29-14 to New Orleans. Joe Walton said it can't get any worse than this. Next week they lost at Buffalo 34-3. He said we went a few inches lower. Extra, the field goal is spun up and good. An 18-yarder by Pat Leahy, and the Jets have an 8-point lead. Mark Wilson, who hasn't thrown a pass in anger or in a game yet this year for the Patriots.
They have a lot of confidence in him, though. He played very well in the preseason.
He did.
Talking to Raymond Berry, they feel like, hey, we're not going to lose a lot with Mark Wilson. We think he can do it for us.
Sammy Martin is tough as a boot, 170 pounds, taking it right at the special teams coverage men of the Jets. A 17-yard return. Mark Wilson coming back out after Steve Grogan was hit hard by Ron Stallworth and knocked out briefly. Patriot doctors apparently wary about letting Grogan go back in the game. So with 2:58 to go in the third quarter, Mark Wilson ready to direct the offense again.
The report is Grogan stunned. I'll say. He was certainly stunned.
Chin area appears to be okay. Wilson with a good throw. That's Cedric Jones on the run for New England and down to the 45-yard line of the Jets. A 22-yard gain on the play.
Mark Wilson's first throw as a Patriot was a good one. He fired that ball right on the money to Cedric Jones. And now you can see why they have so much confidence in Mark Wilson. Because he sat back in there very confidently in the pocket, found his receiver, and delivered the ball right on the money.
Bills and Falcons going back and forth. Kelly back in at quarterback for Buffalo. I took a survey of fans up there at television station, and overwhelmingly they wanted Frank Reich to start. Marv Levy, the coach, said coaches who listen to fans end up sitting next to him. Here's a long ball to Martin, and he can't quite get to the ball as Wilson airs one out. He was an NCAA passing leader from Brigham Young, a #1 draft choice.
Sammy Martin, just not enough leg. Not enough leg speed on that, because Mark Wilson makes a fine throw here. Sammy Martin just a little shy on speed here. He was certainly open.
If Tony Eason had a rough time with the Patriot fans, and he did, as you know him, Wilson had just as tough a time with the Raider fans when he was out there.
He did have a tough time, but I don't think it was as rough as these fans were on Tony Eason.
It was awful here.
He'd take a snap, they'd boo.
Out pattern goes to Stanley Morgan for a first down. So Wilson comes in. His timing is excellent. That was good for a 12-yard gain.
Mark Wilson from the Seattle area. You know, they put out a lot of great athletes out of that area up there. Seattle, Tacoma. Oh, what?
Like that old running back from
Oklahoma. Yeah, Tacoma. That's where I'm from. Morgan just passed Lance Alworth for 6th place on the all-time NFL receiving yards list. It's very hard to have a yards per catch average like Stanley Morgan's. You got to catch a lot of bombs.
Wilson takes a look and swings it to Perryman as the Patriots take it down to the 22-yard line. Third quarter moving along. 1:55 to play in it. The Patriots with their starter Grogan out now get a good performance from Mark Wilson.
The Jets have been susceptible to the pass. As we mentioned earlier in the game, they had 19 touchdown passes thrown against them. And now all of a sudden New England trying to take advantage of that kind of statistic and throw the ball. Mark Wilson now 3 for 4, 45 yards. The Jets really need to put some pressure on the quarterback. It's hard to cover anybody for more than a couple seconds.
Well, they were getting heat in the first half. That's right. They haven't been in the third quarter. Here's markers down. Free play for Wilson. He makes the connection to Cedric Jones, and he's not done till he's inside down to the 10-yard line. Gain of about 11 on the play and a first down. On first down.
The key to keeping teams from throwing touchdown passes on you is you got to put pressure on the quarterback. A mediocre receiver can get open if he has enough time. With Marty Lyons out, they got the young boys in there trying to put some pressure on, and they're going to have to get better here in a hurry.
Clock has been running during this whole thing. He just noticed that.
He seems tired.
He does. He's starting to lose it. That can happen to an official too,
They're out
they
there.
Can lose it also.
Shoot, yeah, they're out there running up and down the field.
Professional broadcasters like ourselves can lose it.
At times.
Anyone can lose it.
That's right. Joe Walton not wanting to lose this one, though.
That's right.
He's got a chance to get back in that win column.
Finally stopped the clock.
Illegal motion, number 80 of the offense. We'll warn the defense. 5-yard penalty. Please reset the clock to 1 minute, 18 seconds. 1 minute, 18 seconds.
I tell you, that was a guess because he didn't, and in fact, pretty good one. It was pretty close, but he didn't look up at the clock till it was about down to 50 seconds in the quarter.
Did he say we'll warn the defense? Or my ears going bad?
I thought he did.
Warn them? I don't understand that. Neither does Joe Walton.
Well, we've never understood what the 2-minute warning is either, have we?
No.
Or as Mike Leonard had on the NFL Live earlier in the season, why do they call a quarterback a quarterback? These are things to ponder as this goes on.
I never thought of that.
1:18 left. Wilson drops the throw on 1st and 15. He's got an open man. That's Severs on the run. He's taken down inside the 10-yard line. And a marker down as Severs was grabbed by the face mask. A 19-yard gain. Jets lead by 8. Can't go for 2 in the NFL.
Just a tough call there. Compounding the mistake. Joe Walton's thinking the same thing. You let the guy catch the ball, then you pull his face mask. Just give him more yardage. Just trying to knock him out of bounds here, but he tries to tackle him up around the head.
Penalty. Number 54 of the defense. First down.
Gets his hand caught up in his face mask. And the Patriots get more yardage. Troy Benson just trying to hustle, but anytime you try to make that tackle, you got to stay away from that face mask area.
Big Marty Lyons in the background. That was Bobby Hammond off to the right, the running backs coach. Joe Walton in the 7th year of his tour as the Jets head coach. There's a talk, will they make a clean sweep of the Jet organization? I almost guarantee you they won't. They might augment it with some people coming in.
Well, in my defense of Joe Walton, he can't play. He doesn't get a chance to go out there and play.
Big down now, 1st and goal. Here's Stevens. Last carry, he took it for 35 and a touchdown. This time the Jets cut him down for a loss.
And also, Don, to quote Marty Lyons, if you're a professional football player and you need somebody to push your button to make you play, you're in the wrong business. You got to somehow get fired up yourself to go out there and play football.
Miami with a 19-3 lead over the Colts. Bears and the Packers, to say they hate each other is an understatement. You were in that division a long time.
The old black and blue division.
Old brass knuckle division.
That's right, toughest division in the world, weather-wise.
Second down and goal as Wilson backpedals, searches out a receiver, makes the connection to Lynn Dawson, one of his tight ends, and he's knocked down at the 3-yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal from there. 17-9 is the score. 48 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. The Jets lead the game.
Good play by Jeff Lagerman. He was right on top of that. Lynn Dawson caught the ball, and he was tackled before he could go anywhere up the field. And Mark Wilson, 5 for 6, 67 yards. Now watch Lagerman come on and make this play. Keeps him from turning the ball upfield. Nice play by Lagerman.
It was a real good play by the #1 draft choice from Virginia. He looks like he could put on 30 more pounds. He looks skinny. He's 6'5", 260, 250. 3rd and goal, Patriots. Wilson looks, throws, marker down, reception is made. He broke the plane of the goal line, it appeared, but let's see what the foul is. Marker was down at the goal line as players start up after the play.
It looked like the left tackle on New England left a little bit early.
Legal procedure looked like the call against the Patriots.
False start. Number 78 of the offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
Bruce Armstrong, the tackle. It appeared to me that he had his hand up off the ground. He was backing up before the ball was snapped. I guess it also appeared to one of those referees that he did that, therefore dropping the yellow hanky.
Doug Flutie out there confusing people, giving those signals.
Yeah, he'd be good at charades.
Now most teams that signal them in have a couple guys signaling. One's a fake and one is the real thing.
I'd be embarrassed to do that.
Joe Walton watches the 3rd quarter tick down and out. Top of the gun, and that.
Now, Don, I'm going to show you something that Joe Walton does that you would never have seen Bud Grant do. Watch this. I never heard Bud ever say anything on the sideline.
Is that right? He never would give an encouraging word? Or
Shoot, no.
He sure won a lot.
Yeah, he certainly did, but he would never cheer you from the sideline.
3rd down and goal for the Patriots. They trail 17-9, and it's broken up at the 2-yard line. So the Patriots with a field goal that'll come into the wind, and this is no sure shot, short as it is. You'll remember their kicker, Greg Davis, missed an extra point the last time he was out.
John Booty almost had an interception there, number 42 for the Jets. That ball in and out of his hands, and you see him coming off. Watch the throw. Mark Wilson trying to fire the ball over the middle. Watch number 42, John Booty, the safety. He's got the ball, and it bounces right out of his hands.
I tell you, he's a good young player, John Booty. Was out for a number of weeks, injured his neck in the preseason. Very quick, very smart.
26
Be around a while. 26 yards it is, and Davis drills it with 14:53 to play in the game, and the Patriots close to within 5, 17-12, as we pause for these messages from your local station. Fourth quarter, 17-12 Jets. Don Craigie with Ahmad Rashad. We have a lobster update here. You got it all.
The lobster update here in New England is it's very, very fine lobster. Maybe in the same category with those buffalo chicken wings.
Yeah, that's the remnant. That's all that's left.
But the shell, we got the shell there left.
2 big bowls of chowder went also.
Next week we'll be in Seattle, and we will be featuring the salmon of that fine area, which I will be judging.
The Galloping Gourmet. Here we go. The kick downfield, and it is taken at the 14-yard line. Townsell coming up is knocked down at the 19. Mosey Tatupu, who for 12 years, number 30, is making hits on special teams, stops Townsell after a return of just 5 yards. Patriots and the Jets competing for 30 years now, dating back to the American Football League when the Patriots were the Boston Patriots and originally the Jets were the New York Titans. And that's the first program when they met in September of 1960. Jet coach Slingin' Sammy Baugh. Team president and owner was Harry Wismer. Wonder how many checks he still owes Sammy. Team didn't do too well financially.
Is that the team you told me used to run to the bank to cash him?
Yeah, that's straight ahead carry. Harry Wismer was also in the program right in the first page. There he is. And Larry Grantham, when he was with the Titans, won a coin toss for the Jets in midfield and elected to keep the coin. That's how bad things were.
Sharp looking guy, that Harry Wismer.
He left some paper out there, old Harry.
Now this is how you play a football game, Don. You gotta just try to stay close enough in a football game to that it comes down to the fourth quarter, you can make your move. And both these teams right now have a chance to win this game.
Swing pass. Johnny Hector is swept under, so the Patriot defense rises after their offense goes in. 17-12 is the count. There was an 8-yard loss on the play.
The teams that win turn it up a notch right about this time, and you got to start making big plays, and that's exactly what Brown did on that one.
This is where they don't want O'Brien in this position. 3rd down and 13 at pass rush. Here's pinned back.
He's been doing a fine job so far today in finding a secondary receiver and getting rid of that ball and letting that guy run with it.
They've been sending McGrew a lot. Down in the 3-point, the right side of the line. Linebacker, McGrew coming. O'Brien gets some time. He looks, he waits, he lets go, and Townsell is open. He has the ball inside the 40, and JoJo Townsell is down to the 32-yard line. So when they needed it most, Ken O'Brien makes another tremendous throw, another standout reception by Townsell, good for a 54-yard gain.
Great job by Ken O'Brien here waiting. He's looking at Townsell the entire time, and he puts this ball right. He's been so accurate today. That ball's right on the money. Townsell snuck deep on Rodney Rice. And Rice, having that excellent closing speed, is able to pull Townsell down, but not before he gets a 54-yard gain. Jets come out of that one strong, Don.
Did they? A very big hit. Now they go to Freeman McNeil. And McNeil does well to get close to the line of scrimmage. There's just nothing wide in this game, or hasn't been lately when the runners go wide. Rembert came through, 52, and made the stop on Freeman McNeil.
Philip Epps running in with the play. You know, he just got on this team a couple of weeks ago. I asked him, is it tough to remember the play that Joe Walton gives you to run in? He says, nah, you know, our offense was pretty tough in Green Bay, and, you know, I hold my own.
Patriot defense digging in and going for the ball now on 2nd down and 12. Another long throw. Another JoJo Townsend is open, and he's in the end zone. And that was Philip Burkett who got it. Chris Burkett who dove at the ball for a 29-yard reception.
These Jets, boy, they came right, but they better leave. Burkett wants the ball. He spiked it and then went back and picked it up. Now he's taking it off the field with him.
Coach Barry perplexed by this long ball offense. The Jets hitting on the Patriot defense.
Once again, O'Brien showing his accuracy, throwing that long ball, puts the ball right where Chris Burkett can make the catch and fall into the end zone. Great, that's pitch and catch. Great play by Burkett, great play by O'Brien.
Extra point by Pat Leahy is up and good. So in 5 plays, the Jets go 81 yards in just over 2 minutes, and they again extend their lead to 12 points, 24-12.
Pulled a muscle throwing his...
Long after the game is over, NBC Sports is still on the line. Dial 1-900-226-8000 for NBC's Scores Plus. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Scores Plus. Scores plus a whole lot more.
Well, I tell you, the Jets have been looking for a big play the entire year because big plays win ball games. And watch Joe Walton's reaction on this one. Yeah, he likes that. He likes that one.
The offense is back. 24 points on the board for the Jets. O'Brien having a standout day. And here is Rodney Rice, a rookie, turning the corner, running it back. And he's across the 30 and out to the 34-yard line.
Chris Burkett hadn't practiced all week. He had a death in the family. Was away at the funeral the last week and came back and is having a very good game today.
Well, that was a big reception. Good for a 54-yard touchdown.
Very tough to keep your mind on football when tragic things like that happen in your family. But Burkett making the best of it.
54-yarder to Townsend, set it up, and the 29-yarder to Burkett. Downfield, throw, and it's caught by Cedric Jones. And he's down, and he loses the ball. And he falls down for a touchdown. Is that a 65-yard pass play or a 65-yard fumble recovery?
Boy, oh boy.
All here today.
What a great throw, great catch, great fumble recovery. I mean, the ball's oblong. Now, how many times? Watch a great catch by Cedric Jones.
He loses it before.
He loses the ball before he gets in the end zone. Now watch the ball just stay there. It's just sitting there. That's a heads-up play.
Got to be a fumble recovery for a touchdown.
Because he lost the ball before he went in the end zone.
Got to be a 64-yard pass play. 1-yard fumble recovery. The extra point is up and good, and seemingly when they were out of it, bang, the Patriots come back on one big play and are right back in it, trailing 24-19 with a lot of time left.
Cedric Jones right here. Bobby Humphrey pulls the ball out. Cedric Jones jumps back on it and gets the touchdown.
NBC Sports coverage of the National Football League is brought to you by Pontiac and your local Pontiac dealer. We build excitement. By U.S. Navy. You are tomorrow. You are the Navy. And by Coors. Brewery fresh, pure, and natural. It's a true American original.
Live action now as the Patriots kick it off to the Jets. Epps takes it across the 15-yard line, and 5 markers come in. So we definitely had an infraction.
Yeah, raining penalty flags out there. We got pushing on the Jets. Illegal block.
The official ruling we're getting now, Matt, is that it was a 65-yard touchdown pass play, even though Cedric Jones fumbled before he got to the end zone.
Illegal block on the return. Number 86 penalized half the distance to the goal. First down.
This obviously looks like a catch, fumble, and a recovery. Cedric Jones has the ball right now. Bobby Humphrey strips it out right there. He's on the 1-yard line. And then Cedric Jones jumps on the recovery. I'm sure he'd rather have it be a catch than a fumble recovery.
Well, the Patriots are not dead. A few lines to be filled in there in case things start to go bad. 11:49 to play. A lot more is going to happen. Big plays all day long. 24-19 Jets, but they're backed up to their 7-yard line. 1st and 10. Hector. And the Patriots shut it down. 78. Kenneth Sims was on the stop. Roger Vick starts up after the play, and again, penalty markers come in.
We got 3 penalty markers and a hat down on the play. One referee couldn't find his flag, so he threw his hat. The hat sitting down there? That might be a big penalty. Throw the hat down on you.
Yeah, it might be another category.
That's right.
I do time for this one. Go to the big house.
Minnesota 18, the Rams 7.
Personal foul, number 43 of the offense. Personal foul, number 72. The penalty, offset.
Good personal foul, so it's a push. They start back over. 1st and 10.
Well, the fans going yay, boo all in about 2 seconds. But they're getting fired up here in Foxborough. I like these kind of games done. This is when I was a kid, I'd watch the AFC because they'd score a lot of points. They'd throw them bombs. I'd throw bombs. Somebody just fire it down there somewhere.
Go get it. Jets 24. Patriots 19 with 11:20 to play in the game. O'Brien gets time, makes the connection again. This time he goes to tight end Keith Newbert, who's out to the 20-yard line for a Jet first down. 12-yard gain and a first down.
First down for the Jets.
Houston kicked in pretty good there, coming from 10 points behind to lead the Lions. Buffalo's rallied to lead in the 3rd quarter at Atlanta.
Yeah, but these Jets are coming alive here in Foxborough. I'm sure that's what these people want to hear about. Here's a team
People in Foxborough don't want to hear that.
No, they don't want to hear about it here in Foxborough.
O'Brien looking downfield on 1st and 10, and they get him. Kenneth Sims, that power pass rusher, rushing down the pocket and getting Ken O'Brien.
Kenneth Sims having a great day today. He's been playing the run well. Now you show he plays the pass well. Old game day, boy. He's playing on game day now. Kenneth Sims here, just a power pass rusher from the top of the screen. Bears down, gets a hand on O'Brien, able to hang on and just slings him down with one hand.
O'Brien very cautious, putting it up when there's nothing open. He has 10 interceptions this year. Through his first 6 years, he had the lowest interception rate in the NFL. 1.7%, under 2% of passes thrown. Pitch back. Hector. 2nd and long, 2nd and 17, and the Jets don't get much. So again, O'Brien is forced to line up in the shotgun and try to get it downfield. Vincent Brown, 59, made the play.
At least this play gives him a chance to have a little room to throw the ball.
Joe Walton, who said at the outset, all we can do is fight and scratch and try to get a win. It might go down to the final gun. Jets holding to a 5-point lead. Wide to the near side. Wesley Walker's in the game. So's JoJo Townsell. The fastest Jet, Epps, is flanked to the right. O'Brien takes a look. Lets her go long. Shooting for Epps, but he overshoots everybody. And O'Brien is hit hard after the play. Rogan, the starter for New England, if you join us late, is on the bench. Hit hard. He was knocked out.
Gary Jeter. Gary Jeter really got a shot on O'Brien. Just he lets his ball go. Trying to go deep. Oh, boy, he takes a... Now, that's why... Oh, I'm sure the wind's knocked out of him. I think these guys earned their money.
You get our guy, we'll get yours.
That's right.
Prokop having a great day punting the ball, averaging under 50 yards on his first 4 punts, 49.3. Had a 76-yarder. Wind at his back. He hits it well downfield, but the Patriots should get good field position as Martin Weaves his way and is knocked down at the 42-yard line. 43-yard punt, no return as they check out Ken O'Brien.
Number 54 defensively was Troy Benson.
The Bengals. The Raiders. Boomer and Bo. Next.
It's an NFL doubleheader day on NBC Sports. Stay tuned for the second game. Most of you will see the Bengals go against Bo Jackson and the Raiders at Los Angeles. Then we'll see the Steelers against the Broncos at Denver.
They got the wave going here, Don. I like this wave. That's a chance for all these fans to get involved.
Move around a little. It's getting cold out here. Patriots working into what has become quite a strong win now in the fourth quarter. They trail the Jets 24-19. Last time Wilson threw, it went for 65 yards and a TD. Now this time he's swept under. Nichols powered his way through, number 77. Dennis Byrd was also on the play, number 90.
This is a time when you want your defense to get fired up. And you see Steve Grogan, this is what put him on the bench. Just as he lets go of this pass, he is decked and has not returned.
Ron Stallworth nailed him. Grogan up and about, though. But they've given way to Mark Wilson, and he's doing very well, as Grogan did. Pat Ryan back in uniform. He's been activated after an extended absence. Jets might have left early. Could be a free play for Mark Wilson. They get him from behind. Running him down was Marvin Washington, number 97.
Dennis Byrd, number 90, left in on that play. Looked like he left about 5 minutes too soon.
They call him for it, stopping the clock with 9:04 to play. Jets getting a long look at some of their first-year players. Byrd is a rookie from Tulsa, drafted in the second round.
And talking to the defense coordinator, Coach Hawkins, he says that Byrd has a lot of abilities, very aggressive.
Offside. Number 90 of the defense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
And you don't want to kill that enthusiasm as he learns. But he's going to be a player in the years to come. He's such an enthusiastic player, very high-strung. Sometimes you get a guy like that, you get him in a situation like this, he has a tendency to go off sides a little bit.
Joe Klecko used to go offside, but for a while he's the best lineman in the league.
He used to line up offside.
They go to a draw, and John Stevens has room to run, and he breaks it. Stevens inside the 30, and finally out of bounds. They'll rule him out of the 31-yard line. So the Patriot offense crosses up the Jet D, a 33-yard run by John Stevens, who also has a 35-yard touchdown run today.
He reminds me so much of John Riggins. I'm sure he reminds Joe Walton a little bit of John Riggins also. Just an underneath handoff where he goes off left tackle. Watch, once he turns it up the field, he goes right by Eric McMillan, turning on the speed, and right at the end he goes, well, I'll just take it out of bounds. No sense taking an extra hit. That's where you play a little bit longer in this league.
That's his mother on the upper left, who presented the ball too early after he scored.
She appreciated that move out of bounds.
Yeah, moms like those. Wilson triggers a fastball in, and he gets it to Eric Sievers.
Tackle made by Leander Knight.
Mark Wilson here just firing it over the middle to his, right up to the outside to his tight end. Leander Knight, hog time on the tackle. Eric McMillan coming in trying to get a shot at him before he hits the ground. A lot of times when you get wrapped up like that, you can see that extra defensive back coming in to hit you. At that point, it's time to buckle the knees and go down.
And now it is time for a 2nd down and 4 play for the Patriots, who trail 24-19. Harriman on the run is knocked down by Dennis Byrd as he gets close to the 21-yard line. Bring up 3rd and very short, 3rd and about a yard. A lot of points up there, like a basketball game, the Browns and the Buccaneers.
I like them high-scoring games.
Score those TDs.
Yeah, put that ball up in the air, run it in the end zone. You know, if I was a coach and I had a chance to beat a team, I'd beat them 1,000-0 if I could put 1,000 points up.
You might want to coach the Houston Cougars. He beat SMU, was it 95-0?
Yeah, I like that.
Third down and a yard as Robert Perryman is going to be probably close enough to measure. He might not have gotten it. Jets submarining the short goal line offense. It's like the spot they might be short.
Just no place to run here. Perryman trying to figure out a place to go. There's actually, he sees all white shirts when he looks up. It's hard to try to find a hole when your line has changed places with the defensive line.
Stevens has, we mentioned, the 35-yard scoring run on that. He also has a 32-yard run, but he hasn't done much on his other 12 carries. 7 yards.
Great backs will do that sometimes. I remember playing with O.J. Simpson. A lot of times he'd 3 yards, 4 yards, 6 yards, 2 yards, 57 yards, 44 yards, then 2 yards, 3 yards. So you can never really tell about a great run. You just got to give him enough reps that he has a chance to break the long one. The only time you get those kind of numbers, a player goes over 100 yards, he usually has 2 big runs.
The great ones, the more they get the ball, the more they like it. Handoff to Stevens on 4th down. Here comes the linesman in, and game's turn on spots. If he got there, he just got there. That was a 4th down play with less than a foot to go for the first down. The spot is everything now. If they didn't get there, the Jets take over. If they did, the Patriots will have 4 new downs with 6:38 to play, and they're down in the game 24-19.
Yeah, it looks like the Jets are sending in a lot of extra defensive. They got about 16 people on the field. Look at all those Jets they got out there.
Easy for us to say, right?
Yeah, from here. But wait, they got it.
He got there.
They got half the team out there.
So a 4th down try is there by half the length of the ball, if that. And the Patriots down by 5 with 6:37 to play. Drive on.
They have to have him, and they're a running football team. They got a half a yard to go. They live by the run. They got to go after it.
Power set. Dawson tight end to the left. Wilson takes a look. Lots of time. Downfield throw out of bounds. They're giving Wilson a lot of time. He can count the house of some of these pass drops.
That appeared to me that somebody ran the wrong pattern. As Wilson was throwing to a spot, I think he expected one of his receivers to turn it up the field. Very intelligent quarterback, this Mark Wilson. Picks up the offense extremely well. All the guys have a lot of confidence in him. He's been around a long time. He's a veteran quarterback.
He used that. He almost went to the USFL. Donald Trump almost signed him to a multi-million-dollar contract. Al Davis, that was one of the problems he had in Los Angeles. They signed him to a huge contract, and the fans didn't think he was worth it. Here's a ball into the end zone, and it's broken up by the Jets. Cedric Jones, who had that 65-yard scoring play, has it tipped away. Kerry Glenn, 35, got a piece of it.
Great play by Cedric Jones in breaking this ball up, and Kerry Glenn celebrating quite a bit after this. Watch Cedric Jones, realizing he can't make the play, just jumps up in between and makes sure nobody else catches the ball. He gets up in and I see him pulling Kerry Glenn down. Very good play by the offensive receiver, turning into a defensive back to save an interception.
And that brings up 3rd down now. 3rd down and 10 for the first down. Ball positioned at the 21-yard line. Patriots trail the Jets with 6:07 to play, 24-19. Wilson, unhurried again, has an open man, and he missed him. Cedric Jones was open. Wilson missed him. Now let's go to Bob Costas and NFL Live. Bob?
All right, Don. At Tampa Bay, Cleveland ups their lead to 42-24. Kozar with the handoff to Eric Metcalf. They fake the reverse, and then watch Metcalf zigzagging all over the field. Officially, it covers 42 yards, untouched by human hands, and it's 42-24 Browns.
Thank you, Bob. Metcalf can play some football.
Yeah, I grew up with his father right down the street. His father was a heck of a player. And it's amazing to watch the similarities. He is exactly like his dad, maybe a little quicker, but the same kind of athletic ability.
Now on 4th down, the Jets get a piece of the ball on the field goal try, which would have brought the Patriots within 2. And so the Jets will take over the ball And the Patriots still need a touchdown to win this game. Lageman might have got a piece of the ball. Someone did. We'll watch again.
Excellent hold. The kick is up.
Jets will take over first and 10.
And that is...
I think Lageman got a fingertip on it.
That is one of those guys got it.
One of them.
Lageman was certainly there. Here's another look at it from this angle. See Lageman to the left, and it looks like number 96.
Ron Stallworth.
Ron Stallworth got his hand on it.
Somebody got there, and the field goal was stopped. And now the Jets go to the run on first down, and again they're swept under by the Patriot defense, which has really started to take over the game. Clock running. The Jets will try to get as much clock off as they can, that they need a first down.
This is the Jets' opportunity to win this game. They've got the ball. They've got 5 minutes and 36 seconds left to go on the clock. Now they need a sustained drive. They've got their chance. They've just got to hold on to it.
Chris Burkett, who caught a touchdown pass earlier in the second half, has now come in with the play. O'Brien's had good success in a lot of these downs, taking a drop, stepping up, and going to a tight end. Newbert, a tight end in motion. O'Brien takes a look, runs out of time, and finally dumps it off. And he gets it to tight end Chris Dressel, who's only to the 23-yard line for a gain of 4. Third down arises, third down and 6.
O'Brien having a lot of time to throw the ball. He wanted to go deep to Chris Burkett, who was about 60 yards down the field. Thought better of it and dumped it off to Dressel. This New England defense starting to come alive, putting a lot of pressure.
4 minutes and 35 seconds to play in the game. Jets 24, Patriots 19. Don Criqui with a mouth shot at Foxborough, Mass. Sullivan Stadium. As O'Brien drops and cups, and he's in trouble, and now he's out of it for the moment, and he starts to run, and he can't get it away. It's a sack, and O'Brien's down at the 25-yard line.
Johnny Rimbert just playing it safe over there, and Casey O'Brien coming back, looking downfield, trying to find somebody to throw the ball to. He doesn't have a lot of pressure right now. Steps out of the Brent Williams grass. Now he's going to take off and run. He's trying to get that first down, tries to stiff on Rimbert, but Rimbert gets a hand on him and brings him down.
Rocop with his 6th punt of the day, averaging 48 yards a punt. He's got the wind at his back. Takes his time. It might have been tipped partially. It wasn't that long as Sammy Martin takes it back from his 37. And Martin weaves out to the 43-yard line. 38-yard punt, 6-yard return. 3:33 to play, and the Patriots down by 5 take over the ball.
Okay, now it's changed, Don. The Jets had their chance to win the game. All they needed was a sustained drive, try to run all the time off the clock. Now New England has the ball. They have a chance to win the game. And that's the way these games pretty much come down to in the National Football League. You get an opportunity at some point during the game. If you can capitalize on it, you go away with a W. If you can't, you get the L.
Lageman is credited with the block of the field goal. Patriots working into a much stronger win now in the 4th quarter. Here's Wilson on the run, and Wilson wisely bails out. Gained about 4 yards on the play. Stopped the clock with 3:26 to play.
You know, it's always funny, Don, when you run down the sideline and then run out of bounds, when you're on your bench, your players catch you, so you don't run into the bench. When you're on the opposite side, they all just part, like parting of the waters, and let you go right through.
Go ahead and crash, buddy.
That's right.
The flags are straight out at the top of Sullivan Stadium. This wind has really picked up.
I remember Dick Butkus running over on our sideline one time, and everybody tried to help him from hitting the bench because we figured if he hit the bench, he was going to beat us up.
Wilson, timing throw, and nobody's near it but James Hasty of the Jets. So it's an incomplete pass on 2nd and 5. That brings up 3rd down and 5. Very tough to throw the long ball in this wind.
Also very tough to throw a long ball when the receiver runs short. Just looked like those two people were on the wrong page. Wilson expecting the receiver to go deep. The receiver expecting to catch the ball in a little breakout.
Our NBC statistician Kenny Albert pointing out that Wilson was 7 of 9, but now has thrown 4 straight incompletions into the wind. They're giving him time. There's a connection as he gets the ball down to Cedric Jones, who's to the 47-yard line. And that will be good for a Patriot first down. And the clock keeps on ticking, down close to 3 minutes.
In this situation, this is a play-by-play situation. It's not really a combination of a lot of plays. You can be 3rd and 12, 3rd and 10. It doesn't matter. It's one big play that keeps the drive going. So when teams don't get down because they haven't been successful in the first 2 plays, you just have to bring your efficiency up on the next play. That's what New England just did, therefore they get the first down.
First down it is. First down and 10 from the shotgun. Wilson swings it out. He's got Eric Sievers. Clock will continue to run as he's down at the 42-yard line. Now they really was out of bounds. 5-yard gain on the play. Sievers came in here as a Plan B free agent from the San Diego Chargers. He had a program out in San Diego for the homeless and the hungry called Sievers Receivers. He raised $150,000 one year.
Fantastic. He told me his hero was Pete Holohan.
Another H-back out.
That's right. Pete Holohan catches no passes. None whatsoever.
Get more with the Rams, but he didn't get many with the Chargers.
No.
Stevens tries to turn the corner and does, and gets out of bounds on a 2nd down and 4 play. He might have a first down.
Every team in the league has a day of practice that they practice down and distance situation, and it's just for this situation that we're seeing right now. With less than 3 minutes left to go on the clock, you just have a certain few plays that you want to run. And here's a play that they figure if Stevens can break this for a long run, you know, they got positive yardage. If not, he can run it out of bounds. Stop the clock. But it's one play at a time from here on out.
That's it. You got to make him count. Keep the chain markers moving. That's what Joe Montana said about the Super Bowl comeback drive. Asked him what he thought about. He said, all I want to do is keep the ball alive. Keep the markers moving. Don't try to get it all at once. Both teams over 300 yards passing today. Ryan with a standout day. Another draw goes to Stevens, and the Jets on first down knock him down after a gain of 4 yards. He's to the 34-yard line. Kyle Clifton got him. It's a doubleheader day on NBC Sports. Cincinnati and the Raiders are ready to tee it up at Los Angeles. Pittsburgh and Denver hooking up at Mile High Stadium. Check your local listings for the game in your area, as now we're down close to the 2-minute warning. Play is alive. He got it off before the 2-minute, and here's a throw and a catch down to the 22-yard line. Stanley Morgan taking the corner deep and turning back. Good for a 12-yard gain. Jets by 5, but the Patriots driving. This looks like the kind of a game we might not know to the last play who's going to win it.
Well, I mean, that's the excitement of it. I think that's what you want to look for in a football game. It's exciting for us, but down there, I guarantee you, they're chewing fingernails and a little bit tight.
That'll happen, won't it?
It will. It's been a good game, though, for the Jets. I mean, it's one of the few times all year that they have been competing for a win right down to the final minutes.
Got old Mick Jagger blasting over the loudspeaker. We'll shut that off. 1:56 to go. First down and 10, New England. With Wilson at quarterback. Again, they go to the sweep. Blockers in front. Stevens turns the corner. Very astute play calling. They're getting yards, and they're stopping the clock as Stevens gets out of bounds with 1:45 left. Jets, of course, had that fake field goal try. A very makeable field goal with the wind at Leahy's back. The play went to Loggeman on an end around, and it was shut down. Although we all remember, or Jet fans do, the Jets scored against the Patriots in that first game of the year on Prokop with a fake punt. 2nd and about 5. Here's a throw. Sievers makes the catch. He's down to the 11-yard line. And it looks like a Patriot first down. The clock is running. 1:10 to go, and Wilson calls a timeout. So the Patriots are knocking on the Jet end zone, and the Jets up by 5.
Well, it's not confusing here. I mean, the Patriots have to get a touchdown to win the game. The Jets have to stop them from getting a touchdown in order for them to win the game. I think when it's black and white like that, boy, that makes it fun. I mean, you know what you got to do. Wilson over there, going over there trying to get a touchdown play from his offensive brain trust over there. All those guys call plays, except for Raymond. Or Raymond says it's run or pass, and then one coach says what run, and the other coach says what pass, and then Harold Jackson goes, yeah.
And now it's a good time for a disclaimer. This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the New England Patriots and the National Football League is prohibited. This game is the property of the National Football League, of the New York Jets and the New England Patriots. All rights are reserved.
You saw a shot of Joe Walton. I guarantee you he's thinking about that fake field goal.
Right down to the final gun, it looks like we're going as Wilson drops, throws into the end zone. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Art Lee Dykes finally gives a return. The rookie from Oklahoma State. His first touchdown, his second touchdown of his rookie season, but this for the go-ahead points. The Jets with 1:03 left. When they get the ball back, they'll be down by 2 if the extra point is good. And Leahy, if they get in range, will be working with a strong wind at his back. Greg Davis hits the point after, and with just 63 ticks left, the Jets' hopes of breaking a 5-game losing streak now turned down. Raymond Berry's Patriots coming back to take a 26-24 lead. So the Jets led 24-12.
Raymond Berry's expression hasn't changed the entire game. Joe's has changed numerous times. They still got a chance. And a very good chance. A nice good run back here. They got a chance to get it down the field. Joe telling Kenny, don't throw an interception. Now, Hartley Dykes has been in cruise control ever since he's been here, but here he shifts it into drive, and this is what a big, strong receiver can do. You throw the ball up there in a pack like that, he just took the ball away, and strong enough to stay on his feet and move into the end zone. But Mark Wilson throwing his first touchdown pass as a New England Patriot. Don, are we going to have another quarterback controversy here?
Well, they've changed QBs 5 times in the last year, with Wilson coming in for Steve Grogan, who suffered a mild concussion. We now have the 6th QB change, and Wilson's been very effective. 12
for 18, 177 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions.
63 seconds left. Jets, and it's very important to have a wind at their back, and it's a strong one, a strong, consistent wind. Not gusting. Phillip Epps not hitting in there too hard on the return. Vincent Brown hitting real hard on the coverage, and the Jets take over at their 22-yard line.
This is the play here that could come back to haunt these Jets. It's a fake field goal. It's a little shovel pass to Lagerman, which is snuffed out
Darrell Holmes.
By Darrell Holmes. That play didn't come near working.
At that point in the second quarter, the Jets were in the lead 14-3, and they would have gone up 17-3 had they kicked the field goal successfully. Now the Jets are down with 58 seconds to play. 1st and 10. O'Brien stands in. Throws up the middle. Newbert, a tight end, heading for the sidelines, but the Patriots get him and knock him down for a short gain of only 4 yards. Jets have to hit the downfield throw. Patriots have to defend against it. They're back in a 3-deep zone. They're way off the ball. O'Brien. Big drop again to Newbert. That's all they're giving him. He's got a first down. Down to 30 seconds left to play, and the Jets call timeout with 29 seconds to play.
A lot of time on that clock, 29 seconds. You get 4 or 5 plays off in that time. And you notice it doesn't take long to score.
As we check the ticker, Cleveland up on Tampa Bay in the 4th quarter, 42-31. Houston extending its lead to 11 over Detroit after trailing by 10. Buffalo continues to lead by a point at Atlanta. Miami has defeated Indianapolis, and the Packers have come back, as they do virtually every week, and now they're ahead of the Bears. A great ending. The executive producer of NBC Sports is Terry O'Neill. Producer of today's game, Kenneth Edmondson. Directed by Ted Nathanson. Our thanks to spotters Joe Pereski and Phil Lynch, and NBC statistician Kenny Albert. As we're down to 29 seconds to play. Jets down by 2. O'Brien stands in, lets it go. He's got Newbert, and he makes the catch down to the 42-yard line. A 21-yard game. Jets with timeouts remaining, and they call one with 20 seconds left.
Yeah, this is good. This is excitement here.
Just like we like it in that.
That's right. A lot of time. You know, all those ifs. You know, it's just inevitable that when you call a play like that and it doesn't work, people start saying ifs. But old Bud Grant used to tell me, if my Uncle Harry was a man, no, if my Uncle Harry was a woman, he'd be my Aunt Harriet.
That's easy for you to say.
He said it a little better than that, though. Of course, it came out, I mean, it meant the same.
I tell you, Matt, Newbert's putting up some numbers that Mickey Schuler'd be proud of.
Newbert, 5 catches for 66 yards. The tight end is always a big part of Joe Walton's offense. So, I mean, if you're coming in, you're going to play tight end for the Jets, you got to be able to catch the ball, and Newbert's done a whale of a job so far today.
Pat Leahy, who's been doing it for years and years and so very well. 16th year from St. Louis. He's cold on the sidelines. Been standing there all day. Not a lot of work today. He's 7 of 10 with field goals this season. Important factor for the Jets, as you know, Ahmad, the wind at their back.
Leahy is a tough kicker. I mean, I don't think the pressure bothers him. The pressure can't bother any kicker because that's what they get paid for.
Jets have 1 timeout left. The New England Patriots have 2. Tell you, Leahy, you can almost emote with him. You don't want to be down there now, do you?
Yeah, he knows the camera's on him. All the pressure's on him.
I think he's worried about that camera.
But you know, that's their job. I mean, they're supposed to come in and do this. Living on that edge. Well, Bruce Springsteen sings about that, doesn't he? It's easier to sing about it than to be out there doing it.
It's really cold now in Foxborough. And here's one of the people out on the field. Well, has he got Flutie's number?
I don't know what number he has.
Gentleman just ran out with a jersey. Off he goes. Soon to be incarcerated.
Here come the security.
He's
gives
going
up
peaceably.
easily. Yeah.
Timeout stands. The Jets have 2 timeouts.
Here we go. The officials were reviewing that last play. That's why the delay. 22 seconds left. Jets down by 2. O'Brien throws. He's got a man wide open. It goes downfield to Greg Warner. And he's down to the 6-yard line with 14 seconds to play. Jets are letting the clock run down. They're going to set up for the winning field goal attempt. And they stop. You better stop it. Man.
Boy. And Warner, with the biggest catch of his life, he jumps up grabbing people, celebrating, hugging everybody, anybody around. Here's a guy that's been cut 2 times, makes the biggest catch of the day. And Kenny O'Brien playing very well under pressure.
Boy, he's had a great day.
He really has. Very calmly looks down the field, finds a wide receiver wide open, a tight end wide open, and fires the ball to him. O'Brien, 22 for 29, 386 yards and 2 touchdowns.
And most importantly, perhaps no interceptions.
This is
2 seconds left.
This is his 14th career 300-yard game, 3rd of this season.
Leahy sets up. Joe Walton, the anguish of a coach trying to come out of a 5-game losing streak. Pat Leahy on his right foot, as has been the case so many times in his 16 years. The outcome of the game depends on it, and the Patriots want him to think about it. Get a little bit colder if you can.
Boy. And he's a lonely man out there. He's standing around at the 25-yard line. No one near him. I wonder what he's thinking about right now. I mean, you can't just say, it's impossible to think of one thing. Maybe it's like Little League.
I don't think you want to think of a lot, you know.
Well, like Little League. Remember the catcher go out to the pitcher and say, hey, how about a milkshake after the game?
Also, vitally important in this case, Ahmad, is the snapper. And that's Adam Schreiber.
How about the holder?
And the holder, Joe Prokop, equally important. They all have to come together in the fraction of a second.
That's Joe Prokop. That's the worst job in football, in my opinion, because all you can do is mess up.
This is it. Final play of the game. Jets trailing by 2. If Leahy hits it, they win. You remember the last field goal try by the Patriots was blocked by the Jets. It's on the way, and Leahy's home. He drives it up and through at the final gun. And the Jets end their 5-game losing streak, driving down the field on the right arm of Ken O'Brien, and then putting the game in the hands of the snapper Shriver, the holder Prokop, and the kicker Leahy. And the Jets will go back to New York with a hard-fought victory. As Walton said at the outset, we're going to fight, we're going to scratch, and just try to come away with a win, and they did, leaving with their uniforms and a 1-point win.
Well, finally they got that big monkey off their backs. They played this game right into a situation to where they had a chance to win it. Both teams had a chance to win the game, and the Jets pulled it out.
Now it's time for the Most Valuable Player Award, sponsored by Budweiser. Today's MVP is quarterback Ken O'Brien of the Jets, shown congratulating his counterpart Mark Wilson. Budweiser will make a contribution to the United Way on behalf of all the MVPs selected in today's games. What an ending, as the Jets raise their mark to 2-7 and the Patriots fall to 3-6. Leading all the way, the Jets finally pull it out after they fell behind at the end on a 22-yard field goal by Pat Leahy.
And Ken O'Brien finally showing that if you can keep him standing upright, he's a pretty good quarterback. I mean, most of the year he's spent on his back. They had pretty good blocking today, and Ken O'Brien came through.
When they gave him time, he was great. Here's Joe Walton watching that final moment of the game, and the monkeys off indeed. The Jets are a victor today. The final score of the Jets 27, the Patriots 26. For Ahmad Rashad, this is Don Crickey. Stay tuned for the second game of our football doubleheader following these messages from your local station.